I say, hey now.
Hey, I know I'm antisocial 'cause you act like I'm infected with some atrocity. And no, I know I'm every bit the same inside my face. Don't fit, it's like I got some disease. Now I belong.
Field to win the ball game. Murray in the shotgun. Time for pocket throws. There's Justin Scott Wesley. He catches it on the floor. Tiptoe into the end zone. Touchdown!
I'm ready to rock and roll. Here we go.
I know I'm asking a lot, you guys, but hunker it down one more time.
And it's always dropped like a rock. Big hole. Samuel. Oh, he's going.
Almighty, did you see what he did?
Boykin takes it all the way.
He just stepped on their face with a hobnail boot and broke their nose.
Here comes pressure from the edges. We're going to get no, he got out. And then we drilled him into the turf again.
Joe will try to kick one 100,000 miles.
And the kick is gone.
Oh, look at the sugar falling out of the sky. Look at the sugar falling out of the sky.
Warm sunshine and a light breeze greet us here today in Northwest Florida for the 89th meeting of the Dogs and the Gators. Jacksonville is buzzing despite the fact Georgia and Florida are unranked and have combined for an 8-7 overall record, because hope remains in the locker rooms of both teams as the SEC's Eastern Division is still up for grabs, and both of these teams are still in the running. Coming into today, the Dogs have won 3 straight. They try to make it 4 in a row while handing Florida, the Gators' 4th consecutive defeat. Who will be tricked and who will be treated on this Halloween weekend? We'll find out as we count you down to kickoff for Georgia, Florida.
The countdown to kickoff is presented by BB&T. Visit us today and know how it feels to know more. BB&T, best bank in town since 1872. Member FDIC.
Oh, Des Bryant unloaded on. He takes it all the way for the second time this year.
Today's pregame coverage of Georgia football is also brought to you by the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, by Eckrich Meats. It's Eckrich season. Make your moments rich with Eckrich. AutoZone. Get in the zone. AutoZone. And by Nature's Own, the official bread of the Georgia Bulldogs. In less than 30 minutes, toe meets leather. We'll rejoin Scott Howard and Eric Zier for the Ford Keys to the Game after this 2-minute timeout on the Georgia Bulldog Radio Network from ISP. Let's unlock the keys to the game, brought to you by your Georgia Ford dealers. Visit GeorgiaSaturdays.com today. Proud sponsors of Georgia football. Now, back to the stadium. Once again, here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
Beautiful sunshine on this late October Saturday. The Bulldogs breaking out of their huddles. They begin their individual pregame warm-up drills. The Gators just starting to huddle up, and we are getting ready for some SEC football. It's time for the Ford Keys to the Game with Eric Zier is going to tell us what to look for today. See?
Well, Scott, first key is we've got to win this football game early and get off to a fast start. This Florida Gator team, they've lost 3 in a row. We don't want to give them any confidence whatsoever that says they're out of that losing streak and give them any kind of momentum. At the same time, we've lost 17 of the last 20. We don't want to be put in that same position either. Important that we get off to a fast start in this football game, take the lead early, and hopefully build upon that. Number 2 is to make this Gator team one-dimensional. That means put the ball in the hands of quarterback John Brantley. He's completed 62 or 63% of his passes this year, but has thrown 5 interceptions, only against 6 touchdowns, and is not playing very efficient football. They do get Dips back fully healthy. They get Chris Rainey back as well from the suspension. They're going to want to run the football. We need to shut that down, force them in to throw in the football. And then finally, we've got to win the battle on 3rd down. Georgia right now last in the SEC in allowing opponents to convert on 3rd down. We've got to be better in that area today, get this Florida offense off the field, put the ball into the hands of our playmakers and see if we can make something happen.
Does it kind of go without saying that turnovers is always a constant?
Turnovers is always a constant. We could have that in every single week that you want to win that, and that's what we've been able to do during this winning streak is win that turnover battle. Last week, of course, it was extremely obvious as Kentucky continued to cough it up time and time again, put it in our lap. In Florida, in this losing streak, they've been on the opposite end of that. They've been the ones turning the football over and giving other teams additional chances of putting points on the board. It's just awfully hard to win in the SEC and any league for that matter when you give the ball up more than you get it.
Florida's -4 in SEC games in turnover margin, -6 during their 3-game losing streak. Just the opposite for Georgia, which had tremendous problems with hanging on to the football last year. +7 for the year, second in the league, and +8 during their 3 straight wins.
Yeah, and if you go back to the start of the season, although we weren't necessarily losing the turnover battle, we had turnovers at inopportune times, going into score critical situations where we'd cough the football up that cost us a couple of games early in the year. We've been able to correct that. If we can see that happen out here today, it's going to bode well for the boys in red and black.
All right, that's our look at the 4 keys to the game. Georgia and Florida, we are counting you down to kickoff. Brought to you by BB&T, best bank in town since 1872. Dog fans, join us every Sunday morning from 10 until noon live from Hilltop Grill in Athens as your host Jeff Dantzler and Kevin Butler will break down all the action from today's game. When we come back, we'll talk with Pat Dooley of the Gainesville Sun, talk about the Gators and the Bulldogs coming up here in Jacksonville, and we'll continue right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
This is the BB&T Countdown to Kickoff. BB&T, 138 years of financial knowledge shared daily. BB&T, best bank in town since 1872. Member FDIC. Back to the stadium once again. Here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
All right, back here at Everbank Field in Jacksonville. Let's check in down on the field. Our man Chuck Dowdle, our sideline man today, and find out how today's field conditions might affect the game. It's brought to you by UGMO, and you can find out how you can control your sprinkler system and start saving gallons of water and buckets of cash by going to UGMO.com. Chuck, down to you.
Thanks a lot, Scott. It is Chamber of Commerce conditions down here on the floor of Everbank Field. I got to tell you right now, normally, you know, Kevin Butler's with me, but Kevin's over renewing some acquaintances over on the far side with those guys wearing the orange and blue. I don't blame him, but I do have to tell you, these field conditions are spectacular. I don't know what you got in your front yard, but trust me when I tell you, you'd prefer to have this, minus, of course, the big SEC logo in the middle. Neighbors might complain about that. But if you want your lawn to look like this turf here today, go to UGMO.com. Scott?
All right, Chuck, thank you very much. Up in the booth with us is Pat Dooley of the Gainesville Sun, newspaper writer, columnist, radio star, all of it, observer of the Florida Gators for a long, long time.
I need to renegotiate my contract.
Good to see you.
Great to see you, Scott.
Tell me a little bit about this season and what it's like in Gainesville for the Gator fans who are suffering through something that they haven't had to deal with for a long, long time.
Yeah, and, you know, they don't take it well. They don't even take winning well sometimes. So it's certainly the losing has been, and I think it's the way they've lost, too. The Alabama game didn't surprise anybody. Losing the LSU game the way they did on a play that I think we all knew that was going to be a fake field goal, and then scoring 7 points against Mississippi State at home. But, you know, and I pointed this out, you look across the country and you've got a team in Texas that's exactly the same. They've lost twice at home. They've got great recruiting class every year, but sometimes it's hard. It's hard to win in college football, and Georgia found that out early in the season. Sure. So, you know, I think that it's hard to talk them off the ledge in Gainesville and in the Gator Nation, but I think they also know that their whole season comes down to today.
Is there a bit of revitalization maybe in the hope because of the off week after a 3-game slide? Okay, now we have the off week. Now we can, you know, come up with some surprises for this big game for Georgia, which is always starred on the schedule every year by both schools. Maybe they feel like this is a new beginning today.
Well, I think they kind of know that it's not going to be elaborate. When you read the quotes from the week, we know that Florida's not. It's not like Florida's going to come out in the wishbone or drop our pro style. They're going to run basically the same plays. I don't think there's going to be any major surprises, but what they're hoping, they're basically basing their optimism on Urban's track record, and it's been very good in this game. It's been very good against all rivals. It's been very good after a bye week. So you look at that, and just that's why, that's the only reason Florida fans have a lot of optimism. And I think they also look at the fact that, and you know this, Scott, when you look at Georgia, who they beat, Florida beat 2 of those teams pretty soundly too. Those are bad teams. That's one reason Georgia's won 3 in a row. And so it's not like they're facing, the 85 Bears out here.
It's still games that you have to win, and both teams, for the most part, have done that in trying to adjust as the season goes along.
Right.
Certainly Georgia has done that. Mississippi State may be turning out to be a lot better than people gave them credit for at the beginning of the year.
I don't think they are, to be honest with you. I think they've found ways to win games. And sometimes that's all it takes.
But doesn't that mean you're better?
It does, but college football is that way. And that if you can find a way to win a game, it doesn't matter how you do it. And I think that Florida fans for the rest of this year finally figured that much out. If this team can win this game today, it doesn't matter if it's 6-5. Win the game is all that matters. And then guess what? All you got to do is beat Vanderbilt and win a home game, and you go to Atlanta. That's a pretty good setup. And so I think, the trouble is that one of these teams is going to lose. We don't have ties anymore. And the loser is going to be, their season's done. Their season's in the toilet. And you know that. If Georgia's 4-5 and they got to win one of those last 2 games, which, is going to be tough, for them. But in Florida, certainly if they lose this game, they're done with the SEC East. Yeah, so we'll see what happens.
All right, Pat Dooley's with us in the booth. Chuck has the coach down on the field, brought to you by AT&T. Rethink possible. Chuck.
Thanks a lot, Scott. Here with Coach Rigg. Coach, I would assume the formula would be for Georgia the same as it's been the last 3 weeks, and that is win that turnover battle and play that solid defense.
Yeah, that's always the answer. If you could do that, you got a really good chance of winning any game you play. And we know this is going to be an emotionally charged game. It's a very warm day here, but I believe our boys are ready for it. And we'll just see how it turns out. But I like the look in their eye right now.
Coach, and then I couldn't ask you, I guess the next question was, were you satisfied with a week of practice? But if you like the look in their eye, that says it all.
Well, I think we got what we needed. We couldn't practice outside Wednesday, but that might have been a blessing for them. I feel like they're ready to go.
Thank you, Coach. Best of luck to you. Okay, you heard it from Coach Rick, and he's happy with the way they looked. And I tell you what, I am too, watching these kids come into the locker room here in the Georgia locker room. This looks like a focused bunch of Bulldogs, Scott.
No doubt, as number 42, Justin Houston, the SEC sack leader, was leading the team off the field and into the locker room with a bit of emphasis. So you like the way it looks so far, and hopefully they can keep that eye of the Tigers, so to speak, and it'll be around when they kick it off here in about 20 minutes or so. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Call Geico at 800-947-AUTO. That's 800-947-AUTO, or visit geico.com. We'll continue with our countdown to kickoff presented by BB&T, best bank in town since 1872, right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
David Shumate back inside our Bulldog studios as we check the Charter on-demand scoreboard. Get the fastest internet speeds in the area with Charter's ultra-fast Ultra 60. Call 888-GET-CHARTER or go to charter.com/ultra for more information. Well, Neil told you how Tennessee had fought back to tie it at 24. South Carolina with 2 fourth-quarter scores. Stephen Garcia to Alshon Jeffrey from 70 yards out, but put him up 7. And just a moment ago, Stephen Garcia took it in from a yard out. 3:28 to play in the fourth quarter. It looks like South Carolina's in good shape to beat Tennessee 38-24. Scott?
All right, David, thanks very much. So that's not the great news that certainly Georgia was hoping for, but the Bulldogs are focused on their business at hand here as we get ready for the Bulldogs and the Florida Gators for the 89th time as they meet here at Everbank Field in Jacksonville. We've got a perfect day for college football, 77 degrees, a little bit warm, as you heard Coach Rick say to Chuck just a few moments ago down on the field. So it's a little bit warmer than what we've been accustomed to as far as practicing and workouts and that sort of thing. There is a little bit of a breeze. That's up at the top of the stadium, down on the field, and we'll get more from Chuck on this. I don't know if it's more of a swirling wind or if you can definitely tell it directionally. But the wind has always seemed to have been a factor, certainly in the kicking game here at least from Georgia's perspective, over the last couple of decades, our kickers haven't traditionally fared too well in this particular ball game, and we might just need Blair Walsh to have one of his better days today if the Bulldogs get out of here with a win. So 77 degrees, very few clouds in the sky here in Jacksonville, beautiful sunny day, and no threat of rain in the forecast. It's Georgia and Florida. We are counting you down to kickoff. Brought to you by BB&T, best bank in town since 1872. Subway is the official sandwich of the Georgia Bulldogs. Play hard, eat fresh. Subway. We're less than 15 from Georgia, Florida. Here in Jacksonville, we'll continue right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
This is Georgia football.
Pass is tipped and intercepted in your face. He caught it anyway. He towed the line on the back portion of the end zone.
From ISP.
Post route. Caught by Grady. Bumped by a man into the far corner. He's going to get there first. Touchdown.
Live play-by-play action of Bulldog football is brought to you by Marathon Petroleum, fueling the American spirit. By BB&T. Visit us today and move in a brighter financial direction. BB&T, best bank in town since 1872. Member FDIC. Champion Windows, Siding and Patio Rooms. Factory Direct since 1953. Ackerman Security, the official security provider for the Bulldog Nation. By AutoZone. Charter Communications. Get the fastest internet speeds in the area with Charter's ultra-fast Ultra 60. Call 888-GET-CHARTER or go to charter.com/ultra for more information. By John Deere. Nothing runs like a deer. Sherwin-Williams. Ask Sherwin-Williams how you can make the most of your color with the very best paint. By Texaco. People who know cars trust the unbeatable cleaning power of Texaco with Techron. McDonald's. I'm loving it. By Aaron's. Nobody beats Aaron's prices. Nobody. Cook's Pest Control and Centricon. The unbeatable combination for termite protection. By Nature's Own, the official bread of the Georgia Bulldogs. Your Georgia Ford dealers. Coach Mark Richt and Ford Trucks team up. Find out more at GeorgiaSaturdays.com today. The Georgia Lottery. Today could be the day. Regions Bank, the official bank of the Southeastern Conference. By ServPro, fire and water damage cleanup and restoration. ServPro, like it never happened. Budweiser, with full flavor and a crisp, clean finish, it's what we do. And by State Farm. All season long, State Farm's proud to be there as your Bulldog sponsor. It's game time on the Georgia Bulldog Radio Network from ISP. Alongside Eric Zier, here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
The unmistakable sound, the flyover here at Everbank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. Our national anthem performed by the Georgia Redcoat Marching Band. The Bulldogs are the home team, the designated home team today. So Georgia will be wearing the red home uniforms with silver breeches, red helmets. Florida will be in white tops and blue pants and their orange helmets. Time for the starting lineups, brought to you by Georgia Power. For energy-saving tips that can save you hundreds of dollars a year, go to GeorgiaPower.com and let the Energy Savings K9 unit sniff out savings for you. Georgia's probable starters on defense today. Avery Jones and DeMarcus Dobbs will be the defensive ends. Jones, a 6'3", 297-pound sophomore from Warner Robins, and Dobbs, 6'2", 285, a senior from Savannah. D'Angelo Tyson gets the nod at nose. Number 94, junior, 6'2", 290 from Statesboro. The linebackers are Darrell Gamble, Akeem Dent, who is second in the SEC in tackles and leads Georgia with 77. Marcus Doughton getting the start today along with Justin Houston, the SEC's sack leader. The Georgia secondary today, Sanders Cummings and Brandon Boykin will be on the edges. Boykin, a 5'10 junior from Fayetteville, and Cummings, Cummings from Augusta, Georgia, 6'2", 212-pound redshirt sophomore. The safeties are Sean Williams, a 6'1" sophomore from Damascus, and Bakari Rambo, a redshirt sophomore, 6 feet 211 from Donaldsonville, Georgia. We'll give you the offensive probables when we continue with the BB&T Countdown to Kickoff program right here on the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network. Counting you down to kickoff, we're less than 5 minutes from the start of today's Georgia-Florida game. As the Redcoats exit the field, the teams will be on momentarily. We'll have the toss of the coin. Right now, we're going to give you the rest of the Georgia probable starters from Georgia Power. On offense, the Bulldogs will start Trenton Sturdivant at left tackle, a 6'5", 312-pound junior from Wadesboro, North Carolina, and Clint Bowling at the right tackle, the 6'5", All-SEC senior, 315-pounder from Alpharetta. The guards are Cordy Glenn, a 6'5" junior from Riverdale, and Canarius Gates, a 6'5", 307-pound freshman from Grantville. In the middle, it's Ben Jones, Barefoot Ben, as they like to call him. He does his pregame drills early in the day, barefooted, with the quarterback Aaron Murray. It's a sight to see, the 6'3", 300-pound junior from Centerville, Alabama. Wide receivers are A.J. Green, a 6'4" junior from Summerville, South Carolina, and Chris Durham, a 6'5", 212-pound senior from Calhoun. The tight end is Orson Charles, a 6'3", 240-pound sophomore from Tampa, Florida. The fullback is Sean Chappas from just down the road in St. Augustine, 6'2", 240, a senior. And it'll either be Caleb King or Washawn Ely. It's a game-time decision, and we don't know at this point. Getting the start at tailback, Aaron Murray will be the quarterback, redshirt freshman, 6'1", 209 from Tampa, Florida. That's how Georgia's offense probably will look as the Bulldogs are out of the locker room and onto the field here at Everbank Field in Jacksonville. We've got the kickoff and our Lowe's grading the team coming up right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network. All right, the Gators won the toss. They defer. Georgia will be receiving to start the game. Time to grade the team, brought to you by Lowe's, the official tailgating destination of the Georgia Bulldogs. Z, what are we looking for as far as grading these Bulldogs on here?
Well, it starts right now. Can we start this game fast and hard and get out to an early lead? This Gator team has lost 3 in a row. If we can do anything to hurt that psyche even more by jumping out to a quick start here, all the better for us. And then the second piece is when the Gators do have the ball, can we shut down their running game and force it into the hands of quarterback John Brantley? And then the last thing, as always, we've got to win the turnover battle today.
All right, Zachary Burst in his first kickoff of the season boots it away for Florida. A high, short kick, fair catch called for on about the 23-yard line by the Bulldogs as Sean Chappas made the fair catch signal. So Florida goes with a new kickoff man. That's one new wrinkle. And Georgia will have the ball 1st and 10 from its own 23-yard line to get this one started.
And this Gator defense been pretty good against the pass this year. Number 2 in the SEC passing defense. They've struggled some against the run. We'll see if we can get off to a quick start here and establish some kind of a running game.
Washawn Ely starting at the tail. The lone setback. Got his right knee tightly wrapped. 2 receivers to the near side for Georgia, 1 to the far side. We drop back into the shotgun on 1st and 10. Snap to Murray, drops back, fires to the near side, and picked off. The first throw was picked off, tried to go to A.J. Green. Janoris Jenkins jumped the route, jumped right in front of A.J. Green, and picked it off at the 27-yard line, maybe. Let's see, they're going to move it back to about the 29, perhaps. But a turnover on the first play by Georgia.
Well, it was just a quick hitch there by Aaron Murray. He took his 3 steps and let it rip. Jenkins got a good jump on that hitch, able to cut it off. Not what you want to see. The Gators early on bring dog pressure, brought their strong side linebacker. Washawn Ely did a good job picking him up. Just a better play by Jenkins on the outside.
His 3rd pick of the year, the 4th thrown by Aaron Murray this season. Florida will go with Brantley. They go to Rainey on the left side, out in the left flat, throw it to him, rather. He's going to head to the far sideline and get down to the 21-yard line, almost to the 20. So a pickup of about 8.5, close to 9 yards on the throw out into the left flat. The Gators going no huddle. Second down and short. Trey Burton now the quarterback. John Brantley flares out to the far side. Snap it to Burton in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off to Rainey, running to the near side. Tried to loop around. Found a little bit of running room. Gets the first down. Not a lot more than that. Down to the 16, maybe the 17. Akeem Dent made the tackle for the Dogs. So Georgia in trouble right off the bat. We throw an interception on the first play from scrimmage. The Gators have it deep in Georgia territory. And we've got a player shaken up. Akeem Dent is wobbling as he's coming off the field. That doesn't look good. So Dent out, Robinson in the ball game along with Doughton. Well, let's hope Dent is okay. He's shake off the cobwebs. Trey Burton again, the quarterback for Florida, moving up and down the line of scrimmage. Now Brantley comes back, lines up in the shotgun. Burton goes over in the left slot. Brantley to throw. Does so over the line of scrimmage. He dumps it in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. And was that Burton he was trying to get it to? No, it was Carl Moore, a wide receiver, running from right to left. Just a slow little dump pass right over the line of scrimmage. Moore didn't hang on. It's incomplete. It's second down and 10.
And the Gators up tempo right now. No huddle, calling all their plays at the line of scrimmage, interchanging quarterbacks every play.
Here's Burton again, the quarterback in the shotgun. Takes the snap, wants to run to the right. We got a man in back there that's going to grab him around the ankles. Justin Houston penetrated, got in deep, grabbed him around the ankles and dropped him for a loss. Back on the, where are they going to spot the ball? 18-yard line perhaps. A loss of about a yard. It's third down, about 1.5 yards for the Gators. Brantley's back in at quarterback now. Well, it's like roulette back there. Brantley's in at quarterback in the shotgun. They've got 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side, 3 to the far side, actually. 2 are in tight. There's the snap to Brantley. Drops back on the 25. Pressure. We yank him down back at the 28. Darrell Gamble got in there for the sack. Tyson was in there. Houston was in there. A loss back to the 26-yard line. It's fourth down, and it might be field goal time for the Gators. We'll see.
And absolutely no chance there for Brantley to do anything with that football. The Dogs up the field very quickly, collapsing the pocket around Brantley. We just played zone coverage in the backfield. Brantley's first guy was covered up, and then he was covered up by guys in red and black.
Chaz Henry, the punter, will try the field goal here from the 32, a 42-yard effort. The kick is away, and the kick is no good. No good. The Gators have been a disaster on the field goal unit the last 3 games. And Henry now 0 for 3 in his last 3 attempts. He's not the normal field goal kicker. It's Sturgis, but he's hurt. So the Gators go scoreless. The Bulldogs dodge a bullet. Georgia and Florida. When we come back, timeout on the field in Jacksonville. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network. Bulldogs Radio Network.
He's squatty and chunky. His tongue hangs out. He drools constantly. But everyone wants it because he's this year's hottest new star. Dog fans, Scott Howard, now you can get a Bank of America credit card with a picture of the Natalie-attired Ugga right on the front. And by using it often, you'll help support the university. Can't think of a more fashionable way to show how much you love UGA.
To learn more, visit a Bank of America banking center or go to bankofamerica.com/UGA. Copyright 2010 Bank of America Corporation.
You're listening to the Georgia Bulldog Radio Network from ISP.
Hello, everybody. Chuck Dowdle here. You know, in 4 decades of covering sports, I've used the word miracle a lot. A miracle comeback. He needs a miracle. Now I want to tell you about something that's been a miracle for me. Prelex eye surgery from Woodham's Eye Clinic. Recently I had it, so I know. For a baby boomer who had worn contacts for distance and reading glasses for menus, this was life-changing. No more contacts or glasses. So if you wear glasses for distance and near, and if you have cataracts of the beginning signs, Prelex could be your miracle. Call 1-800-MY-VISION or go to woodhamseye.com for more information.
I'm George Head, business manager of the Plumbers, Pipe Fitters, and Service Technicians Local 72. If you're a business owner or developer considering a new project, and quality workmanship and state-certified technicians are important to you, pick up the phone and call us today at 404-373-5778. or visit our website at ua72.org. We take pride in what we do, so make that call. And go Dogs!
Dogs turn it over on their first play from scrimmage. Gators end up missing a field goal. Georgia hasn't allowed points after a turnover since the Louisiana game in the beginning of the season. Only 7 points off turnovers allowed by Georgia. Let's go down to the sidelines for a Cook's Pest Control sideline report with Chuck Dowdle. Chuck?
Scott, Eric, I think the Gators may have outsmarted themselves. Going with the changing of the quarterbacks, the no huddle, and Brantley looked very confused on that play. He dropped his mouthpiece. He picked it up. He stuck it back in his mouth. He jumped back. He was looking 2 and 3 times to the sideline to try to figure out which guy was giving the signals, and it was just an absolute disaster for them offensively. Credit Aaron Murray with a 3-yard pickup on the interception because the Dogs are now at the 26.
All right, there you go. We'll take the exchange there. Ely's the lone setback for Georgia as the Bulldogs come up lined at the line of scrimmage, although the official's still standing over the ball. We've got 3 receivers grouped in tight to the right side, and Chris Durham out to the left. Murray under center, 4-man front for the Gators. We slide Chappus in motion. Hand it to Washawn Ely. Big hole right side, running behind tackle, quickly up to the 30, still running, 34, now shoved back right there after he ran into a pile of white shirts. But Ely running with a big hole off the right side of the line of scrimmage, got about 8 yards on that, up to the 34. It'll be second down and about 2 1/4. A.J. Jones, a linebacker, made the tackle along with Brandon Hicks, another linebacker from right here in Jacksonville. Orson Charles and Aaron White leading the way for Ely on that run on the right side.
And Ely running with some authority there as well, which was a bit of a question mark coming into this game.
Dogs up to the 34, second down, handoff to Washawn. He runs hard, straight ahead, far hash, gets the first down, and a couple more up to the 39-yard line. So Ely, with a 5-yard pickup there, gets the first down, and the Dogs move the sticks. And Washawn a little slow to get up, has to get help from our referee, Matt Austin. He gives him a hand. Jelani Jenkins, a linebacker, made the tackle, the redshirt freshman from Olney, Maryland.
And it looks like the Gators right now are going to come after Aaron Murray. 2 of the 3 plays, they brought pressure. The first play of the game, they brought a Sam linebacker, the strong side linebacker. That play, they brought corner fire, so brought the corner off their far edge.
We're in tight, put the man in motion. Chappus to line up in the eye. Play fake to Ely. Murray in the pocket, throws down the field. Intended receiver was Orson Charles. Incomplete at the Gator 42-yard line. He went diving to the turf trying to catch it, but the pass a little bit short. So that'll bring up second down and 10 for the Bulldogs as we work from our own 39-yard line. We're scoreless first quarter, Z. 11:29 to go. Dodged the bullet. The Dogs dodged the bullet early.
We did. We talked about how important it was to get off to a fast start. Looked like it wasn't going to happen, but the big stop there by the defense really got momentum back on the side of the Dogs.
Stay in that tight formation. 3 receivers grouped onto the near edge, and then send the fullback in motion. Hand it off to Ely. Breaks off to the right side. Hits the pile of blockers on the right side, almost as far out as the numbers. The far side of the field. He bumps through and picks up a handful of yards up near the 43-yard line. A gain of 4. Justin Tratto, the talented defensive end for the Gators, makes the stop. The senior from Ramsey, New Jersey, as it'll bring up third down now and 6 to go for the Dogs. Bulldogs football is brought to you by BB&T, best bank in town since 1872.
And we're going to have shots downfield. The Gators continuing just to apply pressure. They're bringing guys on nearly every snap.
4 receivers set for the Dogs. We bring Green in motion from the far side now. Murray back in the shotgun with Ely in the backfield. There's the snap. Murray going to throw it deep, far sideline. Pass is short. He had his man breaking down the far side. That was Chris Durham. He had a step and a half on the defender, but Murray didn't get a lot on that pass, and it landed behind everybody, incomplete.
Well, Murray just a hair off right now. As that guy's open down the field, not able to connect with them. That first interception on that first pass may have shaken him up just a little bit. Hopefully he can get his feet back underneath him because he's going to have opportunities down the field. Had one there with Durham running behind the Gators defense. Just a little bit off, but he's got a lot of pressure in his face.
Here's Butler to punt it with Janoris Jenkins back deep on the 10. high, beautiful hanging spiral. And Jenkins, did he call for a fair catch? Apparently he did. At the 6, he made the catch, and we ran over him. And a flag is on the play.
Boy,
51-yard punt, but there's going to be 15 tacked the other way after that.
Boy, those are the kind of mistakes you just don't want to see. A beautiful punt by Butler would have pinned him down on the 6-yard line. We didn't see the fair catch, ran right over him. And they're going to get out and get out of the hole there.
I think it was Brandon Boykin.
Interference on the kicking team. 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down. Timeout.
Well, obviously he didn't see that. I mean, he's not going to do that on his own if the guy's calling a fair catch, but he never saw it, so the Gators will have it after the 15-yard penalty. Timeout, first quarter, no score here in Jacksonville, Georgia, Florida. Back in a moment on the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
Hey, this Wi-Fi on every AirTran flight is something, huh, Dad?
Sporting world at our fingertips.
Yeah, actually, that's something I want to talk to you about. I think today's the day, Dad. I officially challenge you to an online sports stat check battle.
Son, my finger speed.
Still out of the game. He's on the sidelines without his helmet right now. He was shaken up on that first defensive series, so he's still out of the ball game as the Bulldogs have a throng of players out on the field waiting for the timeout to end, and they'll set their defensive alignment. Let's go down to the sidelines and Chuck Dowdle for Cook's Pest Control sideline report. Chuck.
Yeah, Scott, I'm being told by the Georgia bench that Akeem Dent is out of the game for now. They're not saying any more than that, but for now he is out of the game. One other thing is Brandon Boykin made a huge mistake there. He definitely signaled for the fair catch, and everybody on the sideline saw it. And for a veteran player, you don't expect him to make that kind of mistake.
And the end result was a 15-yard penalty against Georgia for defensive interference on the punt, and the Gators will have it instead of at their own 6. They have it at their own 21-yard line. So here we go, first quarter, 10:29 to go. Bulldogs threw an interception on their opening play from scrimmage. Then the Gators tried a field goal from 42 yards and missed it. And that's kind of where we stand. Some early game jitters by both sides, perhaps. Brantley's the quarterback. He's in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. They slide Burton in motion. Hand it off to Demps coming to the near side. Houston jumped over the line of scrimmage. No, that was Robinson. Christian Robinson jumped over the line of scrimmage to make the stop on Rainey. It was not Demps. It was Chris Rainey running to the near side. And Robinson made a leaping tackle behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 3 back to the 17.
Well, that's our own version of Superman there as Robinson goes flying over the pile to make that tackle on Rainey.
Shotgun snap to Brantley, roll to the left side. They throw it to Rainey. He bobbles it and drops it incomplete. Off in the left side, Brandon Boykin was over there to make the hit, but Rainey couldn't hang on to the ball, and he bobbles it as he's going out of bounds on the far side quickly. It's 3rd down and 14 for the Gators.
And at least for the time being right now, this Georgia defense swarming and all over the ball, not getting fooled by anything, but this is the area that we talked about before the game and even last week. We've got to execute these 3rd and long situations.
Jeff Demps in the backfield, shotgun snap to Brantley, drops back, here comes pressure, boom, at the 8. Wow, DeMarcus Dobbs got his money's worth and demanded some change back. Holy smokes, what a shot. Wow, another sack of John Brantley back on the 8 or 9 yard line. They're going to give him forward progress, if you could call it that, up to the 10. But it's going to be 3 and out for the Gators. They're punting. Henry on to kick it away out of his end zone. Back deep for Georgia. Brandon Smith back for the first time in a while after a concussion. Henry gets off the punt, a high wobbler. Going to come down at near midfield. Brandon Smith calls for the fair catch and retrieves it at the Bulldog 49-yard line. A 41-yard punt by Henry. Dogs ball at their own 49. Timeout here in Jacksonville. 9:14 to go first quarter. We're scoreless, Georgia and Florida. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
In the heat of the game, it's important to call the right play. In life, it can be even more important to make the right call, especially regarding termite protection for your home. To protect my home,
the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network. Show your spirit all season long with Nature's Own, the official bread of UGA. You can find them on Facebook or visit nature'sonbread.com. Nature's Own, we are Nature's Baker. Make sure you stick around after the game broadcast for our post-game show, Dog Talk, as we broadcast live from Hotel Indigo in downtown Athens. DeMarcus Dobbs with his first sack of the season, and it was a doozy. Gators go 3 and out and have to punt out of their own end zone. Dogs with the ball, 1st and 10 on our 49-yard line, moving right to left. We send A.J. Green in motion to the far side of the field, run out of the eye, hand it off to Ely, cuts inside a block of Chappis into Gator territory, and down at the 46-yard line perhaps, as Hill, the free safety, came up to make the hit. Hill, a 6'1 junior from West Orange, New Jersey, along with Ahmad Black. He's the Gators' leading tackler this season. But Ely pushes it across for about 4 yards into Gators territory from the 46.
It's the best thing you can do right now. You've got a quarterback in Aaron Murray, a little rattled right now. Hasn't been very accurate to start this football game. Try to get a couple of first downs on the ground and settle him down a little bit.
I formation, Ely and Chappis behind Murray under center. Toss it to Washawn. Cuts in a block on the right side. Ely at the 45, a collision at the 44. Tries to push his way for more yards, but only finds a couple there to the Gator 44-yard line. Did a nice job of cutting in the block of the tackle on the far side, but not a lot of running room there as Ahmad Black and Duke Lemons, the safety and the defensive end, hit Ely to stop him shy of the first down. It's going to be 3rd down and 3 for the Bulldogs, just inside the Gator 45-yard line. Caleb King is now the tailback for Georgia. Ely out, King in, and Murray will work out of the shotgun with Durham and Green to the near side and Tavares King to the far side. Murray stands on the SEC logo, middle of the field, takes the snap, throws it right side. Too much on it. Wow, King was open in the right flat. Probably would have had the first down, but Murray airmailed that one. The kid might just be a little bit nervous right now.
Well, I think that's all it is. I think he's having a hard time holding on to the football, too. After every play, he's taking his hands and wiping them on the ground, trying to, it looks like, dry them off. He's really playing with his towel. It looks like he's having a hard time getting a grip on the football, but there's no question his accuracy is off. He looks a little bit rattled, and if you're ever going to get rattled, this is the game that it's going to happen in.
So we punted away with Butler. High, hanging end-over-end kick, trying to hit it inside the 5 and have it take a Bulldog bounce, but it hits into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback, and the Gators will have it on the 20-yard line. So Butler kicks it into the end zone. Another timeout, 7:34 to go. First quarter, we're scoreless, Georgia and Florida. Back after this on the Georgia Bulldogs radio network. Sidelines and Chuck Dowdle for a Cook's Pest Control sideline report. Chuck?
Guys, if games are won in the trenches, then Georgia's going to win this game because right now the offensive and defensive lines are dominating Florida's. And Akeem Dent now back in the lineup for the Bulldogs. That is definitely good news.
No doubt. Georgia's leading tackler back in there after sitting out a series. Gators 1st and 10 on their own 20. We're scoreless about halfway through the first quarter. Handoff goes to Chris Rainey. Breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage, running low. Spins into the tackle of Bakari Rambo, just shy of the 30. Rainey making his first game appearance since sitting out a 5-game suspension. 5'9 junior from Lakeland. And the Gators pick up 9 and go 2nd down and 1. They hand it to Rainey. He runs to the left side with a sweep. And blockers leading the way across the 30 up to the 35. Give him 5.5 and a first down. Rambo and Boykin in on the tackle for the Bulldogs.
And for the Gators to get going, they're going to have to be able to run the football. It's what we've got to shut down, force John Brantley to beat us.
In the shotgun, they split the backfield, hand it to Rainey again. He's running to the near side, looking for room, tries to cut in our tackle as Boykin dives in and trips him up. And where will they spot the football? Because Rainey gave him a move right at the point of the tackle, and he was able to dive for about another yard or so. They spot the ball just across the 38-yard line.
And nothing real complicated there from the Gators, just a sweep out of that shotgun formation. They're just handing it off right in front of Brantley and sweeping around to one side or the other.
And Brantley and Burton flip-flop at quarterback. It's Brantley going to throw deep down the field, far sideline, over-the-shoulder interception. Brandon Smith, and the Gators drag him down around the 10-yard line. Brandon Smith just back after missing the last couple of games with a concussion, makes the interception. They were trying to go deep to Omarius Hines. He ends up making the tackle, jerking Smith down by the shirt collar, but the Dogs get the interception and will have it 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
And Brantley had a little more time to throw there, but not much more time. He got leveled as soon as that ball came out of his hand, and Brandon Smith in perfect position to make that interception.
First interception of the year for Brandon Smith as the Bulldogs get it back, and they'll have it on their own 13. Up to the line of scrimmage. And the Dogs line up in the I formation. They flip-flop the tight end, Charles, to the right side. Now we slide A.J. Green in motion. Murray going to hand it off to Caleb King. Runs to the near side, big hole, 15-20. King 25, covers the ball. Collision at the 30, flips to the 32-yard line. Caleb King from the 13 all the way out, almost 20 yards, out to the 32-yard line. He got 19. Will Hill flipped him over at the 32 to make the tackle for the Gators.
And this Georgia offensive line continuing to play well. The Gators, 8 guys in the box there. But we open up a huge hole at the point of attack, and as soon as we got to the second level, as soon as Ely, nobody was there.
Dogs with a first down. 1st and 10 from our 32-yard line. We're scoreless here in the first quarter. Murray works under center. Slide the fullback, Chappis in motion. King's the tailback. Play fake to Caleb. Murray with time, near sideline, going deep. Chris Durham there. No, incomplete, just out of his reach. Double cover. Durham running down the near sideline. Coverage was provided by Brown, the corner, and Hill, the safety. And the ball landed about 2 or 3 yards beyond Chris Durham's reach, Z. And your analysis on that throw by Aaron Murray.
Well, it's the first throw that came out, where the ball came out of his hand the way he wanted it to. That was good coverage there by the Gators. Up to this point, we've had guys open. Not very good balls thrown by Aaron Murray, but he looked to be a little bit more in rhythm there and letting it go. And if you're struggling a little bit throwing the football, to get back into that rhythm, a couple of deep passes where you can just let it go is what you want to do.
2nd 10 for the Gators. Dogs hand it off to Caleb King. He cuts to the near side, 35-40, lowers his shoulder and his head, and out of bounds around the 42, maybe the 43-yard line. Will Hill with the tackle for the Gators, but King close to the first down. Let's see if he got it. I believe he did. He did, as they spot the ball around the 44-yard line. The first official looked like he was going to spot it out around the 42, but they give him another yard on it at the 44. It's a 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs as King gets 12 on that carry.
And no need to outsmart ourselves right now, Dogs. Keep it on the ground and keep pounding them.
King, the lone setback, about 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Now Durham comes in motion, lines up in the slot to the right. Handed off to Caleb. Oh, what a spin move in the backfield to get away from the tackler, Brown, and King to the near side for about 2 yards. But he stopped on a dime and just spun away and left Jeremy Brown just grasping at air. King got a couple when he probably should have had nothing.
It's the most exciting 2-yard run you're going to see probably all season as he spins out of the tackle right there in the backfield. But again, positive yards on first down.
Lawrence Marsh made the stop, the senior out of Augusta, along with Josh Evans. Now Ely in the ball game. King is out. 2nd down and about 7 to go for the Dogs from the 46-yard line. Their own 46. Shotgun snap to Murray. Play fake to Ely. Murray's going to keep it. He goes to the right side across the 50. Dives for 4 more. They're going to spot him down at the Gator 48-yard line. Ahmad Black coming in to make the hit. But a keeper by Murray. The play fake to Ely, and Aaron just went off right side and got close to the first down. Going to be about 1.5 yards shy.
It's a little taste of the medicine the Gators usually deliver to everybody else. Just a read option out of shotgun. Good read by Murray to get upfield for the 6-yard gain.
So 2nd down and 2 for the Dogs, just inside the midfield stripe. Everybody in tight up on the line of scrimmage. Power formation for Georgia. Double tight ends with Figgins and Charles. Murray under center, hands it off to Ely, looking for running room on the left side. Nothing there. The Gators close him down at the 50 for a loss of 2. Ahmad Black leading the way, and here comes the punting unit. Dogs had no chance on that one. The Gators got 3 white shirts upfield in a hurry and hit Ely back on the 50 for a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, Scott, it's the first time today that the Gators really dominated the line of scrimmage and got everybody on our side of the line of scrimmage nowhere to go.
Here's Butler to kick it away. Jenkins back deep A high, lazy end-over-end punt taken by Jenkins. Fair catch called for inside the 10 at the 9-yard line. We had great coverage. Jenkins wasn't going anywhere. A 41-yard punt. No return for Florida. The Gators will have it 1st and 10 as Brandon Boykin this time was right on top of Jenkins, but no contact as he called for the fair catch. Bulldog football is brought to you by BB&T. Over 135 years experience making sound financial decisions in the best interest of our clients. BB&T, best bank in town since 1872.
Gators not able to get anything going offensively so far. 12 total yards. They've had 3 yards running the football, only 9 through the air.
Quick snap to Brantley, the quarterback, Trey Burton, and he fumbled the football. It's loose. Oh, it was just sitting out there on the 15-yard line, and one of the Gator linemen, I think, dove on it. Maurice Hurt, a right guard, a senior from Milledgeville, dove on it for Florida to save the Gators from disaster. Would have been a turnover at their own 15-yard line.
Boy, it was sitting right at our feet, too. We try to go down and pick it up and can't hold on to it.
Burton, the quarterback again, hands off, goes to Jeff Demps running inside, cuts up to the 19-yard line. A gain of maybe 4 on the play. It's going to be close to a first down. Let's see if he got it. No, it's a little bit shy. It's going to be third down and about a half a yard perhaps. Florida on 3rd down. Burton in the shotgun. Hand off, but flags and whistles before the snap. He handed it off to Demps up the middle, but the whistles and the flags ruled the play dead, and it might be motion on the Gators.
I think that's what it's going to be. Looked like they jumped a little quick.
Prior to the snap, false start, 67 offense, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Carl Johnson, the guilty party, the left guard, a 6'5", 355-pound senior from Durham, North Carolina. Instead of 3rd and about a half a yard, now it'll be 3rd and about 5.5. Burton stays in at quarterback. They've interchanged Burton and Brantley. Now Brantley runs back to the quarterback position, and Burton drops off into the slot. Brantley to throw in the pocket with time, goes to the left side, up high to catch it. Frankie Hammond Jr. climbed the ladder to make a nice catch at the 25, 26-yard line, and a first down for the Gators. Marcus Doughton makes the tackle for Georgia.
Just a little curl route into cover 2.
No huddle offense for Florida. Georgia quickly substituting on defense. Burton's in the shotgun at quarterback. Takes the snap, hands off, straight ahead to Rainey, the junior from Lakeland, and he pushes his way straight ahead for about 5 yards perhaps, up to the 31-yard line. Tackle made by Sean Williams, the safety for Georgia. And we bring Tyson out of the ball game and put Brandon Smith in. Burton's the quarterback. Shotgun snap to Burton, handed off to Rainey, breaks the tackle, line of scrimmage into the secondary and up to about the 37-yard line for the first down for Florida. 6-yard gain for Rainey. So now Brantley flares out to the receiver position off to the left side. Burton's the quarterback. They've got 2 guys lined up behind him. There's the shotgun. They run that option. Burton flips it to the near side to one of the receivers. He slides down as Omarius Hines, number 82, slipped on the turf. And he lost a shoe, too. The grass reached up and grabbed him, and he lost a yard back to the 35-yard line. Gators moving quickly as we near the end of the first quarter. We're scoreless here in Jacksonville. Brantley's the quarterback again. Shotgun snap to Brantley. Will throw to the near side. Fires, caught on the near sideline by Burton. Out of bounds into the Georgia bench near the 40-yard line. Sean Williams there to push him out of bounds and make the stop. He picked up 3 on the play, and it's going to be 3rd down now. And about 8 to go for the Gators. They spot the ball back at the 39.
And the Gators right now staying up tempo, trying to create a lot of different looks for this Georgia defense.
Brantley the quarter. Here comes pressure. Dumps it over the line to Burton. Burton makes the catch, gets away from Doughton, the tackle at the 46 up to the 50, and got the first down.
And this drive taking some of the legs out of this Georgia defensive line. All that pressure we were able to get in the first couple of series. You're seeing that start to die down a little bit It's a hot day out here, and this Florida tempo is extremely up-tempo.
Again, Brantley, the quarterback, out to the receiver left side. Now Burton is the quarterback. They hand it off to Demps. He's going to head to the left. His speed got him to the corner. Far sideline, still going inside the Dogs' 30-yard line. They're going to bring it back to about the 35, where they say he stepped out of bounds. But Demps, with world-class speed, got to the far edge and to the sideline for another first down.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Gators moving. As that was the last play of the first 15 minutes, we are scoreless in Jacksonville. Timeout on the field. Back in a moment on the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
Hey, this Wi-Fi on every AirTran flight is something, huh, Dad?
Sporting world at our fingertips.
Yeah, actually, that's something I want to talk to you about. I think
For life on the road for two of the nation's remaining unbeatens. Very difficult right now. Number 5, Michigan State trails Iowa 10-0. First quarter action, 49 seconds to play in Iowa City. Also, Missouri at Nebraska. They are getting trounced right now. 24-0. Cornhuskers, 2:46 to play in the opening quarter. Scott?
Thank you, David. Here it's scoreless as we go to the second quarter. This in-game recap brought to you by Regions Bank. Here's what we've done so far. 2 interceptions, one by each team. Georgia threw an interception on the first play from scrimmage. Then the Gators missed a 42-yard field goal. We've had 4 punts. And now Florida driving from their own 9. The 10th play of the drive coming up. And they are settled on Georgia's 34-yard line. Brantley's a quarterback. He and Burton flip-flop. Brantley in the pocket, throws it straight over the middle to Burton, running across, has the ball, 25, out of bounds at the 21-yard line. Brandon Smith makes the hit, going out of bounds on Trey Burton, who lines up at quarterback. Then he flares out. Brantley comes in the shotgun, and they end up throwing it to Trey Burton, the freshman from Venice, Florida, 6'2" and 222, so he's got a little bit of size. The Gators another first down to the Georgia 20, a pickup of 15. Burton now the quarterback, hands it off inside running. There's Rainey, breaks a tackle, breaks another inside the 5, and a touchdown. Rainey, a little 5'9", 178-pounder with all kinds of speed, ran low. It's almost like he was running under the tackles. He was hit around the line of scrimmage, broke that one, broke another one in the Georgia secondary inside the Bulldog 5, and scored the first touchdown of the ball game.
Boy, that all started there with Rainey being able to run the football. He is explosive, and a couple of big runs popped there by the Gators. A couple of key timely third down pass completions by Brantley allows them to get on the board first.
Chaz Henry with the point after attempt. It is good, and the Gators lead it 7-0. And now they're mixing it up, a little red and black and white and blue and orange, mixing it up after the point after attempt. 7-0 Florida, second quarter. Timeout on the field here in Jacksonville. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
Today we salute you, Mr. Unathletic Sports Talk Radio guy. You know everything there is to know about the world of sports, except how to play them.
No coordination. Explosive when he touches the football, and it really got this Florida Gator team, this offense on track. We've been able to, up until that series, our defensive line really had taken control of the game. A couple of third down pickups there by that Florida Gator offense. They started running the football, then had a little bit more time to throw. They're so up-tempo right now that once they get going and get a little momentum, they're awfully tough to stop.
Gators go 91 yards, 11 plays, 20-yard touchdown run by Rainey. Here's Zachary Burst, a junior, to kick it away from the 30. End over end, not high, not long, taken by Boykin at the 8. Straight ahead quickly to the 20. Hit at the 24-yard line, spun around there and dropped into the turf at the 24-yard line. Solomon Patton, the freshman wide receiver, makes the hit on special teams for the Gators. So about an 18-yard return or so for Brandon Boykin, and the Dogs have the ball at their own 24, now trailing 7-0 here early in the second quarter.
Yeah, we've got to find a way to get Aaron Murray on track right now. Aaron 0 for 5. He does have the 1 interception. His first 3 passes way off the mark, not even close to his intended receiver. So looks like a little bit of nerves coming into play here. Hopefully after that first quarter he can now settle down and get into a bit of a rhythm himself.
2 receivers to the left for the Dogs. We'll work from left to right out of the I formation. King is the tailback behind Chappis the full. Murray under center. toss it to Caleb King with some blocking. King to the near side. Across the 25, up near the 29-yard line. A.J. Jones, the linebacker from Tampa, made the tackle for Florida. So a gain of almost 5 on the play by Caleb King, the junior from Norcross. Second down 5, they'll call it for the Bulldogs.
And we were close to breaking that one as well. Big Ben Jones out in front, leading the way, and just missed his block. Got in the way. It wasn't a complete miss, but boy, if he could have laid a pancake out, we would have been off to the races.
We flip-flopped the tight end to the near side. That's Aaron White. Now move Green in motion from the near side. I formation for the Dogs. Second down and 5. Handoff King. King hit behind the line of scrimmage. Pushes his way to the 30. And he may have gotten a yard out of it by the time they unstacked the pile. He did. And Dominique Easley, a defensive end from Staten Island, New York, 6'1", 280-pound freshman, wrapping up King after a gain of 1. It'll bring up third down and 4 for the Bulldogs. We trail 7-0. 13:24 to go in the second quarter with the clock moving.
And we need this third down pickup here. 0 for 3 so far on the day, but need to get a first down to keep our defense off the field, which was just out there for a long time on that last Florida drive.
A.J. Green to the left, 2 receivers to the near side, including Caleb King. Shotgun snap to Murray, quarterback draw. Murray dives across the 35 to the 36-yard line for the first down. That dive and that extra hop got him the first down, helped him avoid the tackle by Ahmad Black. Ben Jones and Chappis with blocks to help spring Murray to keep the sticks moving.
Boy, gutsy call right there. The Gators almost solely playing man-to-man now, continuing to bring pressure. That draw play, a good call against that. As soon as you can get through that line of scrimmage, you've got a chance to get it because everybody else has turned and run with their receivers. That's exactly what happened there as Aaron Murray was able to get past that line of scrimmage and dive for the first down.
Murray got 7. First and 10 for the Dogs from the 37. Play fake. Murray wants to throw deep down the middle. There's Tavares King. Yes, he caught it. 18, 12, 10, 5, touchdown. King beat his man, and Murray put it right in his hands.
Boy, that's a way to come back and get hot real quick, Aaron Murray. The Gators played quarters on that play. We ran a post, and nobody was in the middle of the field. Tavares King beat his guy, had 2 steps on him. Aaron Murray led that ball perfectly out to the middle of the field, allowed Tavares to go get it, then walk into the end zone.
63-yard touchdown pass. Here's the point after by Walsh. The hold by Butler is good. The kick by the junior from Boca Raton is good. That Georgia touchdown brought to you by AirTran Airways. Go. There's nothing stopping you. Georgia 7, Florida 7, second quarter, 12:22 to go in the first half here in Jacksonville, and that ignited the Georgia crowd. Timeout. Back in a moment. Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
If you hear a woof woof, it might signal a Georgia touchdown, or it could be a dog sensing danger around your house. Protect your home and family with Ackerman Security Systems. Ackerman features local monitoring with a monthly fee of only $18.95. That's $18.95 with no charge for switching from your current provider. Neil Williamson for Ackerman Security Systems, the official security.
Let's go down to Chuck Dowdle on the sidelines for a Cook's Pest Control sideline report. Chuck?
Well, Scott, so much for Aaron Murray's nerves. That ball, that looked like an Eric Zier pass right there. That was perfectly thrown. Tavares catching it in stride to take it into the end zone. That ought to snap him out of it. The only downside, of course, defense now does have to go right back out on the field. But, you know, I'm sitting there looking at them, and, guys, they don't look like they mind at all.
Well, that's what you like to hear. Chris Rainey's the deep man for Florida now. Stands between the hash marks on the 4-yard line. Blair Walsh will be kicking it away as the Dogs have tied it on the long touchdown throw to Tavares King out of Mount Airy, Georgia. He beat Jeremy Brown on the play, beat him badly.
And a good job there by Canarius Gates and Clint Bowling up front to give Aaron Murray time on that last touchdown pass.
The kick is high and end over end, going to come down far side at the 4. Rainey quickly, 15, 20, and hit at the 22-yard line by Chad Glower. Number 47 brought the hammer. And the Gators will have the ball. They'll spot it at the 24-yard line. First and 10 for Florida right there.
The Dogs have got to keep the reins on Chris Rainey, who really started to get going that last series. 9 carries, 54 yards. He does have the one touchdown, but he's what's making this Florida offense go when it's moving.
Jordan Reed now, the quarterback. He's a tight end. He takes a direct snap and starts to run straight ahead with it. Gets up to the 30-yard line, a gain of 6. So they've used Brantley and Burton and Reed now at quarterback. Akeem Dent made the tackle. Gain of 6, second down and 4 for Florida. Reed will remain the quarterback, a 6'3", 240-pound redshirt freshman. He's going to take it again and run with blockers, using a stiff arm, plowing his way through red shirts. Big gain for Reed, the big guy, across the 40 up to the 43-yard line. Sanders Cummings had to bring him down in the Georgia secondary. Gain of 13.
And there was nothing fancy there. It was just a student body right. Quarterback catches it and just runs a sweep himself to the right-hand side.
Well, they're looking for the Tim Tebow clone, aren't they? Now they've got Burton at quarterback. 2 men lined up in the backfield to his left. They hand it off to Demps, the little guy, 5'8", 190-pound junior from Winter Garden, runs straight ahead behind big blockers. Dent and Gamble make the hit as Demps crossed the 45-yard line up to the 47-yard line. It'll be second down after a gain of 4. Second down and 6 for Florida as they move quickly. They're going no huddle. 7-7. 11 minutes to go in the first half. Now Brantley shifts from the left side to quarterback in the shotgun. Drops back. Wants to throw. Now will run. He tucks it in his left arm and heads to the 50-yard line where he hits the turf with a feet-first slide at the 50. It's going to be a 3-yard gain for Brantley, the 6'3", 220-pound junior from Ocala. Not exactly swift of foot, but he got 3 yards.
And the Gators right now interchanging these quarterbacks, almost have to do so. Burton's only thrown 2 passes on the year, so when he's back there, not much of a throwing threat.
Here's Burton. We wrap him up behind the line. Big Brandon Wood out of Buckhannon, Georgia. Just belted Demps back at the 50, maybe back at the 49 of Florida. They stop him on 3rd and bring up 4th down and about 3.5. Decision time for the Gators. Brandon Wood with a huge tackle.
And it looks like they're getting the punt team together to send them out onto the field, but haven't done it yet. Still looks like they're talking about it.
Wood had great pursuit down the line of scrimmage coming in from the left side of that defensive front. Gators letting the clock tick down, the play clock inside of 10 seconds. As they just let the time tick away, and the officials, they call the time with a second left.
Timeout, Florida, the first time out of the half.
And that brings out the TV red hat for another TV timeout. 9:44 to go in the half. Georgia 7, Florida 7. (7-7) Georgia, Florida here with 9:44 to go in the second quarter. The Gators called the timeout. They are still huddling on the far side of the field. Looks like their punt unit is the group huddling around their coach, Chaz Henry, in that group, their punter, who leads the SEC in punting, by the way. He's having a tremendous season. He's having the kind of year that Butler had last year for Georgia. But you never know with Florida. Omarius Hines, earlier this season, had a 36-yard fake punt against Tennessee. Logan Gray's back deep to receive the punt for Georgia. There's the snap. Henry booms it away. Long, beautiful spiral. Going to land over the head of Gray and into the end zone for the touchback. Boy, Henry just drilled that one. A 50-yard punt. Actually, it was about 55 where it landed in the end zone, but the Dogs will have it 1st and 10 at the 20. 7-7. Georgia, Florida. The Gators with a lengthy 91-yard drive and 11 plays, a 20-yard touchdown run by Chris Rainey, and then the Dogs quickly answered back. A 63-yard touchdown pass, Murray to Tavares King. Each team has an interception in the ball game, and each team has a leg full of punts. 9:35 to go in the half. Dogs left to right. Carlton Thomas is the lone setback. 3 receivers grouped in to the right edge here on the line of scrimmage. Now we move Chappis in motion as Murray works under center. Play fake to Thomas. Murray wants to throw. He does. Wide open in the left flat is Orson Charles, and stumbling, he dropped it. At the 25-yard line, running from right to left. Orson Charles was so wide open, couldn't hang on to the football. From this angle, it's tough to tell, Z, if it was a little bit out of his reach, but he was the only guy over there, and it looked like it hit him in the hands.
Yeah, he was running wide open just on a crossing route. We had cleared out that side with the takeoff route. It was a good read by Aaron Murray, just off of his fingertips, a little bit out of his reach.
2nd and 10 for the Dogs. Murray flips up the towel on Ben Jones. Takes the snap, play fake to Thomas. Will throw out of the pocket. There's Durham. Boom! He caught it at the 38 and took a blow right to the midsection. Will Hill, he hung on to the ball, but Durham is slow to get up. Wow.
What a catch right there by Durham, as we've got the training staff out taking a look at him right now, but it was a skinny post, good play action. Carlton Thomas actually came up in a very nice block on the blitz, so we had a one-on-one situation. The ball was a bit high. As Durham went up to go get it, got hit right in the midsection there, shot to the ribs. It was a pretty tough shot.
19-yard pickup. Durham is on the turf. TV timeout for the injury. 9:22 to go in the first half. We'll take it with them. Back in a moment. Bulldogs Radio Network. Tailgate photo, and you could win a $100 gift certificate to Publix and have your photo on the video board of a UGA football game. Just email your photo to ugaphotos@gmail.com or go to georgiadogs.com. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure. First down 10 for the Dogs after the catch by Durham. Chris got up and jogged off, ran off under his own power, so let's hope he's okay. He seemed to be. Murray will spin and throw it out into the near flat to A.J. Green. We get the ball into number 8's hands for the first time. Green with a stiff arm at the 45, pushing his man away, and picks up about 6 yards, maybe a little bit more, on the quick throw to the near side. Jeremy Brown getting a handful, or faceful, of A.J. Green's hand, forcing him out of bounds into the Georgia bench. But a gain of, well, they move it across the 45, almost the 46. So give him 6.5, 7 yards on the play.
Well, Jeremy Brown lost that battle. At least it looked like he did, but still a pretty good job of holding his ground. A.J. Green gets the ball out there. Awfully tough to bring down. But even there, you can see where Aaron Murray is just a bit off of his game.
And the Bulldogs will use their first timeout of the contest. 7-7 our score. We're in the second quarter with 8:43 to go in quarter number 2. Let's go to our Bulldog Network studios and David Shoemate, where he's standing by to update us on some of the college football activity of the day. David?
All right, thanks, guys.
72. Dogs with a long 63-yard touchdown pass. Murray to Tavares King. Gators with a 20-yard touchdown run by Chris Rainey. That's been the scoring to this point. Georgia with the ball right now, moving left to right here at Everbank Field in Jacksonville, just across their own 45-yard line. Second down and 3 yards to go for the Dogs. Green out to the left, King to the right. The lone setback is Thomas. He'll get it, Carlton. Big hole in the middle, 50 into Gator territory, 45, and they dragged him down from behind at the 41-yard line. Ahmad Black, the strong safety, made the tackle, but a quick burst from the kid from frost-proof Florida down in the southern middle portion of this state. He gets a first down.
And a good cut there by Carlton Thomas. The Gators brought 8 in the box, but brought the safety down. Carlton Thomas able to break that away from the safety because of the flow of the play there. Did a good job. 40 Glenn, Clint Bowling on that play. Good job up the field, blocking, creating that crease.
13-yard pickup for Thomas. Dogs first and 10 at the Gators 41. Move Chappis in motion. Here's Murray with pressure. He lost the ball trying to get away. It's on the ground. Gators pick it up in Georgia territory down at the 30, the 29-yard line. Jelani Jenkins picked up the fumble by Aaron Murray. It's Gators football deep in Georgia territory. Canarius Gates was able to bring down Jenkins, who had the fumble. Gators ball, first and 10 at the Georgia 29.
Boy, Gators come on a blitz there, and we missed the blitz pickup with our back right in the hole, and that's what caused Aaron Murray to have to spin around. As he was spinning around, ball just pops out. He's just got to tuck that ball in. When he's in trouble like that, take the sack. Don't try to make something superhuman happen. It's exactly what happened there. We cough it up. Gators get it back in prime position.
Brantley, the quarterback, they run out of the eye. Play fake, Brantley going to throw it deep for the end zone. No, going to throw it across the middle at the 15-yard line. It is caught by Deontay Thompson, their leading receiver this season, a 5'11 junior from Belle Glade, Florida, down to the 15. A pickup of 15 and a first down for the Gators.
And good patience there by John Brantley. He was looking deep. It was covered up well by the Dogs. Came back to Thompson as a secondary guy.
Handed off to Demps, running wide to the right side. Eludes one tackler, sideline, dives for the pylon. Did he get it? No, he's out of bounds, and there's a flag on the play. They're going to mark him out. Where? At the 1 or the 2, but the flag back on the 7. And it may be a hold or an illegal block on Florida. At least that's what Georgia seems to be indicating. We'll see.
Holding. Offense number 6. 10-yard penalty to the spot of the foul. Repeat first down.
The wide receiver, Deontay Thompson, flagged for holding. So that'll back the Gators up a little bit and slow them down after a crucial turnover by Aaron Murray on a sack. Let's go down to the sidelines. Chuck Dowdle with a Cook's Pest Control sideline report. Chuck?
Well, Scott, the one thing that Coach Rick has really bragged about Aaron Murray was his ability to protect the football all season long, and that has not been the case today. We're seeing him play like a first-year starter for the first time.
Trey Burton, the quarterback, fakes the run to the left, going to keep it and run to the right. We're tugging on his jersey as he tries to get to the right corner. I think Houston had a fistful of jersey. He did, and finally dragged him down around the 15-yard line, a gain of a couple. And it'll be second down for the Gators and 10. Now Trey Burton, the quarterback, takes the direct snap and a flag down after the handoff to Rainey. Whistle's blowing and flags down, and it may be illegal procedure on Florida. Something to slow down this offense. They're moving at a lightning fast pace right now.
Before the snap, false start, 74 offense, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Gators' third penalty of the day. Georgia has one. Second down for Florida. The ball back on the 20-yard line. Second down and 16 to go for the Gators. They've got to get inside the 5 for a first down. Burton, the quarterback, snap to him. Delayed draw by the quarterback. He runs straight ahead on the far hash, and we trip him up around the 15. Christian Robinson, the linebacker from Norcross, got him below the waist and forced him down inside the 15, down about the 13. It's third down and about 8.5, 9 to go for the Gators.
The Dogs, pretty good plan. When Burton's back there at quarterback, they're going cover 0.
We need a timeout. We've got too many men on the field. And timeout. The Dogs sideline gets
timeout,
it.
Georgia. Their second timeout of the half.
Oof. That wouldn't have been good. 6:25 to go in the quarter. It's Georgia 7 and Florida 7. The Dogs have turned it over twice today. The Gators trying to capitalize.
Conference USA 2-2 in league play, I should say, going toe-to-toe with the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. 20-18. Notre Dame only up by 2 at the half.
And that's in South Bend, where the Irish and the Golden Hurricane going at it. Here it's 7-7 in Jacksonville. Dogs defense breaking out of the huddle from the near sideline, trying to get the Georgia fans on the near side to make a little bit of noise. Florida fans on the far side. We're half and half here. Red and black on our side of the field, and orange and blue all in the sunshine across the way. Third down, 9 to go for Florida from just outside the Dogs' 13-yard line. Trey Burton lines up behind center at the quarterback spot. Now they flip-flop with Brantley, and he runs to the quarterback, and Burton goes into the slot, and they send Demps out in motion to the far edge. Shotgun snap to Brantley. Fires to the right side to Demps, but another flag blows or waves off the play. The whistle was blowing. The play is dead before they threw it. And let's see what this one is all about.
Prior to the snap, false start, 11 offense, 5-yard penalty, still third down.
Gators look like a Canadian football team out there. They've got guys going in every which direction, and they can't get set.
Boy, they really do, and you wonder if some of these false start penalties that they've had 3 different guys in there.
Clock to 6:25. 6:25.
They've had 3 different guys in there at quarterback, all with a different rhythm to their cadence. They're jumping all over the place. When they get going, boy, they look awfully good. But as soon as they have a little something that stops them back, it gets tough for them.
Ball back on the 18-yard line. Mark Richt was out on the field asking for a penalty flag.
Let's reset the game clock to 6 minutes, 25 seconds.
Not sure what he was referring to. Brantley's the quarterback in the shotgun. They bring Dimps in motion. Now he stops to the left of Brantley. Brantley calls the signal, walks up to the line of scrimmage. They may have moved again. Another flag. Maurice Hurt, the right guard out of Milledgeville, Georgia. Mark off 5 more. Gators going the wrong way, or the right way. As far as Georgia's concerned, they spot the ball back on the 23-yard line.
Boy, and you've got the Gator offensive line now yelling at each other. A little strife in the family, maybe.
3rd down, 19 to go from the Dogs' 23. Brantley, the quarterback, in the shotgun. There's the snap. He will throw right side and caught. Oh, wow, what a catch. Deontay Thompson went over our coverage man and caught it far sideline inside the 5 for a first down. Unbelievable play, unbelievable catch.
Yeah, I can't ask anything more of Sanders Cummings there. He was in perfect position. Just a great catch by the Florida Gators.
Gators 1st and goal from the Dogs 2. Burton's the quarterback. Hands off, straight ahead, easy touchdown, Jeffrey Dimps. I still can't get over the play by Thompson, the play before. That was an unbelievable catch. Got the first down, stayed in bounds. Gators on the 2. Score the go-ahead touchdown with Dimps.
Thompson just ran a takeoff on that play, and we had it well covered with Sanders Cummings. We had Sean Williams coming over the top as well in good position on both fronts. Thompson somehow able to haul that thing in.
A man late coming onto the extra point unit for Florida, but Henry patiently waits. Now they snap it, they hold it, and he punches it through there good as the Gators score after the Murray fumble. The first points Georgia has allowed after a turnover since the first game of the season. It's Florida 14, Georgia 7, 6:06 to go in the half. Timeout on the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Is trying to sneak out of a really boring meeting wearing tap shoes a bad idea?
Sales growth has increased 2.9%. That's a reflection of aggressive.
Today, if Georgia's your team, then F-150 is your truck.
Gators lead at 14-7 after the Murray fumble. Florida went 29 yards in 6 plays. Jeff Dimps with a 2-yard touchdown run put the Gators up by a touchdown. And the turnovers have come back. When we had that 4-game losing streak, that was a major part of our problem. And during the 3-game winning streak, those had gone away. Our offense hadn't turned it over in the last 3 games, and we've turned it over twice today.
Yeah, we have. And there was one ball, remember, that was on the ground that Florida coughed up right at our feet that we couldn't pick up. There would have been, if we would have recovered it, we would have had it on the 7-yard line going in. So it has been, the turnovers have been the story so far. Hopefully we can stop it. A lot of time obviously left in this football game, but you want to start protecting that football and not give this Florida offense that can be explosive at times more opportunities to score.
Gators will kick it off with Zachary Burst. Bulldog football is brought to you by BB&T, best bank in town since 1872. A low end over end, kind of a line drive kick taken on the run. He bobbled it. Boykin bobbled it, trying to run with it. The ball is still loose. There's a pile at the 20. Gators think they have it. Boykin tried to fall on it. Florida keep saying that they have it. No word from the officials yet. Boykin tried to catch it on the run. He bobbled it while he was running, tried to fall on it. Florida may have the ball. No, Georgia gets it back, thank goodness. Oh, the way Alec Ogletree was walking away from that pile, it looked like he was dejected. Looked like they had it. Let's go down to the sidelines. Chuck Dowdle for a Cook's Pest Control sideline report. Chuck?
Yeah, Scott, that was right in front of me, and I got to tell you, that ball was there laying on the ground for what seemed like an eternity, and nobody seemed to notice it. And then when the Gators started to dive at it, it squirted away from them, and fortunately, back into the hands of a Georgia Bulldog.
Well, we're going to have to make some adjustments at halftime or have a come-to meeting about ball security.
Boy, that one could have really been disastrous.
14-7 Florida, the Dogs with the ball. On our own 19-yard line, we work from left to right. 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Now they move King in motion to the left side, so everybody's over there. We hand it off to Ely. Runs away from a tackler in the backfield. Gets a block from Jones on the near side, but nothing much there as he barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. Going to be no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10, and Justin Tratteau made the stop along with Sharif Floyd. Defensive end and a defensive tackle for the Gators.
Boy, one guy we need to start getting into this game a little bit is A.J. Green. Only 1 catch for 7 yards. It was just a quick little hitch that we threw to the outside that he turned into a 7-yard gain. But other than that, really haven't even looked his direction outside of the first pass of the game that got picked off.
Yeah, I was going to say that may be the only 2 plays we've been able to go to him. Out of the eye, Ely the tail, handed off to Washawn. Runs left side. Ely running low. Gets up to the 35, across and up to the 36, maybe even the 37-yard line. A gain of 6.5 or 7 yards. Ronald Powell, a 5-star freshman from Moreno Valley, California, made the hit for the Gators along with Ahmad Black. 3rd down it is, however. 3rd down and about 3 to go for the Bulldogs.
Dogs 1 out of 4 on 3rd down. The one that they did convert for a 1st down was about the same part of the field. But we ran the quarterback draw with Aaron Murray.
Starting to get a little bit late in the half. 3rd down here for Georgia. We trail 14-7. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. We'll throw it to the left side to the tight end, Aaron White, who picks up the 1st down at the 32-yard line. A gain of 6. Cody Riggs and Matt Elam, a couple of secondary men for the Gators, make the hit. But the Dogs move the sticks again. As we pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Bulldogs Radio Network. Caleb King, the tailback, out of the eye, work on the far hash. Murray under center. Play fake to King. He blocks on the blitz. We throw down the middle. In and out of the hands of Aaron White and intercepted by Hill for Florida. Hill still on his feet. We're trying to tackle him at our 41-yard line. We bring him down right there. Big pile up there. Our 3rd turnover of the ball game. That one went off the fingertips of Aaron White. The pass a little bit high, perhaps. White didn't bring it in, and Hill there to pick off the deflection for the interception, their 2nd of the day.
Well, it may have been a touch high, but definitely one Aaron White has made before and probably should have made there. Aaron Murray put that ball up over the arms, outstretched arms of the linebackers, and in doing so, it was a tad bit high, but a good read, pretty good ball there. Unfortunate that one gets picked off. We're finally able to bring him down as Sean Chappis makes the tackle, but another costly turnover there for the Dogs.
They're on the Georgia 41-yard line. That's Hill's 1st interception this season. Florida coming into the game 2nd in the league in picks, and they've got 2 more today. Shotgun snap to Brantley. He bobbles the snap. He's got all kinds of time. Throws far sideline, wide open, inside the 10, caught, touchdown.
Sudden change. We've seen it happen a number of times for the Dogs this year. When we've got that sudden change, you go deep right off the bat and take a shot. Right there, the Gators come out and just run a little wheel route out of the backfield. It's a play that's given us problems all year long. They go after it. Demps running down the sideline with nobody around him. And Brantley, good patience and finally getting to him and throws a nice ball for 6 points.
The previous play is under further review.
He may have stepped out before he got to the pylon on the far side. Beautiful throw. Brantley had all kinds of time to throw. Demps ran a nice route, was wide open on the far edge over there. Caught it around the 8, and he may have gone out of bounds before he hit the goal line, but Florida will have it in great field position, certainly after the 3rd Georgia turnover of the half.
Boy, and just like that, I think this one's probably going to come back. It looked like he stepped out of bounds, but like you said, Scott, they're going to be in great position here to put another 6 points up on the board, and just like that, it can be 21-7 if we're not careful.
The replay we're looking at, it looks like he stepped clearly out of bounds around the 1-yard line before he got the ball across the plane. So by my view here, it looks like they should bring it back, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. 20-7 is on the board right now, but they may wipe off that touchdown and make the Gators try it again from the 1. Long throw to Demps after the second interception of the day by Florida. A tipped pass. Actually looked like it went right through Aaron's hands. It wasn't necessarily tipped. It just went right through his hands and into the hands of Will Hill.
Yeah, it was a little high, but not one that he really even had to jump that much for. He had to reach up to go get it. But it bounced off, and because they were playing cover 2, the Gators had a couple of safeties back there behind Aaron White. Easy interception. And then anytime that those things happen, you've got a chance to take shots right away because of that sudden change, exactly what the Gators did. And I'll tell you, mistakes right now costing Georgia in a big way.
That was Hill's first interception since his freshman year in 2008. But the Gators, as we said, have racked up 15 of those this season. Just taking a long look at this, and the replay I saw looked pretty clear. He stepped out of bounds at the 1-yard line before he broke the plane with the football.
I think what they're trying to see, and I'm not sure if they've got a camera angle to do it, is where was the ball when he stepped out of bounds, because he had the ball stretched out towards the goal line.
Right.
His foot clearly out of bounds. But where was the ball when his foot was out?
Our referee today is Matt Austin. And we get a different angle of the back camera view. Well, there's no question he was out of bounds, but if, Eric, you're right, what they're looking at is to see where the spot of the ball may be, where exactly the ball was in relation to him stepping out of bounds. Taking their time on this one. But the Dogs, with 3:38 to go in the half, will have to gather the troops in at halftime. And
after review, replay shows the runner stepped out of bounds at the 1.5-yard line. The ball will be placed inside the 1. Florida's ball, 1st and goal. Please reset the game clock to 3-4-1. 3-4-1.
Georgia will send the defense out there. Florida will have it 1st and goal from the 1. Dogs got to find a way to regroup. Close to going down 2 scores here. And already with 3 turnovers in the half. Bulldog football brought to you by BB&T, best bank in town since 1872. Burton is positioned as the quarterback. Trey Burton, the freshman from Venice, Florida, has been alternating with John Brantley, and even their tight end, Jordan Reed, has taken some snaps. Direct snap to Burton. Easy dive off the left side of the line into the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, untouched there for Trey Burton, just going off tackle, and had a huge alley to run through, not even touched.
Get back on your side of the ball, every one of you. Now.
Mixing it up a little bit. We get a little on-field action from Matt Austin, who had his microphone on. Good thing he didn't fire off any profanity there. Was there a flag on the play or no? Yeah, there is a flag. Apparently, DeMarcus Dobbs and one of the Gators were getting mixed up in a little skirmish. So now the officials are going to huddle again to figure out what the penalty will be. Gators scored the touchdown, the 1-yard run by Trey Burton to make it 20-7. Here with 3:35 to go in the quarter, here's Matt Austin, the referee.
The play results in a touchdown. Following the play, dead ball, personal foul, 73 offense. Dead ball, personal foul, 83 defense. Those fouls offset, we'll play the try.
Hoping you would say those fouls offset and we start the game over. He didn't say that. 21 with the point after here for Florida. That was Burton's 9th touchdown of the season, by the way, for the Gators. Here's Chaz Henry to try the point after attempt to make it 21-7. The snap and the hold and the kick punches it in there low, but good over the crossbar. And it's 21-7 Florida. 3:35 to go in the second quarter. Dogs got to rally the troops. Timeout on the field in Jacksonville on the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
Today we salute you, Mr. Ex-Pro Football Commentator Guy. You offer keen, in-depth analysis, like scoring more points will help you win.
I did not know that.
Your physique was once built to handle the rigors of professional football. Now it's built to handle a 23-pound honey-glazed ham.
I'm still hungry.
So crack open an ice-cold Bud Light Night of Sports Insight. Bud Light beer at us.
Pest control sideline report. Chuck?
Well, what we thought was just the air knocked out of Chris Durham, maybe something more serious. He's been taken to the locker room now for the second time. And I do know they've done some x-rays, but they've just let him back in again.
All right. Well, that's not good news for a team that's down 2 scores, as Georgia is to Florida. The Gators will kick it off here. Zachary Brust teed up on the 30, just outside the near hash. He'll kick it end over end, not real deep. Taken by Boykin on the 8, straight ahead to the 15. Angles to the far side, 20, 25. Hops over a tackler, still on his feet at the 30, and slumped down at the 30-yard line on the far side of the field. So the Dogs with a chance to go back to work now after the tackle by Solomon Patton. That's his second special teams tackle today. Down 2 scores, but you got to go back to work. Stop turning the ball over. We've turned it over 3 times in the half, and the Gators have piled up over 100 yards rushing against the top rushing defense in the league here in the first half.
Yeah, we've got to put together a drive right now as we're going into halftime. Aaron Murray on the day, 4 out of 11, 94 yards, 2 picks. We've been able to run the football a little bit pretty well, but not as consistent as we want to have.
Caleb King, the lone setback, play fake the end around. Murray to throw. He hides the ball. He's got Orson Charles in between defenders in Gator territory. Complete at the 45 and tackled at the 41. Ahmad Black makes the tackle as the Dogs go deep. Couple of fakes, and Charles sneaked in there and got open for his first big catch of the game.
Yeah, good job by Aaron Murray on the fake reverse to A.J. Green. Really stopped any kind of rush that the Gators might have on him because of the patience that he showed. And then Orson Charles running wide open down the field on the wheel route right behind the post. Well thrown ball by Aaron Murray there.
28 yards on the pass play into Gator territory at the 42. Play fake Murray. Here comes pressure. He steps up in the pocket, tries to avoid it. Flag on the play. Murray tackled on the 45 for a sack. And we might have been holding as well. A.J. Jones, the linebacker, on the blitz, makes the tackle. And they'll sort it out, and we'll get the call from the referee, Matt Austin. But Georgia already retreating.
Boy, the Gators have just been so aggressive all game long with blitzing linebackers right up into the hole. Their run blitzes as well, bringing those linebackers
Holding.
on those Dogs.
Offense, 78. Penalties decline. Second down.
How about that? Said, we don't want the 10 yards. We'll just take the sack and the loss of 4 and the down. So the Dogs, second down and 13 yards to go now from just inside the Gators' 45-yard line. We split 2 men out to the left. That's the short side of the field. Green to the wide side on to the right. Bring Tavares King in motion to the near side as well. Shotgun snap to Murray. Drops back, screen to the left side. Pass may have been tipped, incomplete. Trying to go to Caleb King on a screen to the left. I think one of the Gators got a hand on it. Deflecting the ball, Terrence Sanders may have tipped it, a senior from Bradenton, Florida. He didn't touch it. Well, the way that ball wobbled, just overthrew it. A bad pass, apparently, to Caleb King.
And I'll tell you, it's the pressure from this Florida defense in the face of Aaron Murray, I think, that has rattled him a little bit because it's been pretty constant all game long. The Gators now, though, mixing in some cover 2, doing some zone blitz to change up a few of the looks. They'd been solely man-to-man up until this drive.
Third down, 13 for the Dogs from the Gator 45. Murray going to throw it left side. King never turned around, running his route on the left side of the field. Incomplete pass. The ball was in the neighborhood, but Tavares King and Aaron Murray not on the same page on that route and pass, and the Dogs will have to punt it away with 2:16 to go in the half.
Well, it looked like Aaron Murray thought Tavares was going to go to the corner, and then King just got turned around once he got to the top of his stem and never got back outside.
Drew Butler on to punt it from the Gators 45. Janoris Jenkins stands at the Florida 10. Gators stack the line. And Butler kicks it. Short, wobbly, end over end. And executed, look to be executed pretty well. Did that bounce off a Florida player on the far side? It did, and the Gators recovered it inside the 5-yard line. Their man alertly jumped on the football after it apparently nicked one of the Gator players, and Florida falls on it on the 3.
Well, it actually bounced forward. Jenkins tried to pick it up, and he's the one that fell back on it for the Gators. So almost a break there for the Dogs, and Jenkins very fortunate that after he touched it, he was able to get right back on it.
Net punt of 42 yards for Drew Butler. Gators backed up on their own 3-yard line. 2:06 to go in the second quarter. Florida 21, Georgia 7. They run out of the I. Brantley, the quarterback. They hand it off straight ahead to Trey Burton. Burton running at fullback that time. Out across the 10 to where? The 13-yard line, near the first down. He got about 9. He got the first down. Give him 10. Burton's all over the place. Sean Williams made the tackle for the Dogs. But a first down to move the chains and give them a little bit of room to work with for the Florida offense at their own 13-yard line.
Boy, and that one just knocks the breath out of you a little bit. Nothing more than a fullback dive. We've got them pinned back down on the 3-yard line, thinking we may be able to stop them there, and a fullback dive gets a first down.
They keep it on the ground. This time handed off to Burton again. Up to the 15, maybe the 16-yard line for a 3-yard pickup. Marcus Doughton, the linebacker, with the hit and the tackle for the Dogs. Clock moving at 90 seconds now to go in the first half. This side of the stadium quiet. That side of the stadium also kind of quiet, but enjoying the fact that their team has a 2-touchdown lead. 21-7 Florida.
Burton now 26 yards on 7 carries, but Scott, as you said, he's been all over the field today. Played about every position you could play.
Split backfield, shotgun snap to Brantley. They hand it off to Chris Rainey. Breaks away from one tackle in the backfield. And we will bring him down just shy of the 20-yard line. So he got about 4 yards. Akeem Dent made the stop. Shouldn't have had anything. Should have been a loss, actually, for Rainey, but he wiggled free of the tackle and got positive yardage out of it. It's third down now, less than 45 seconds to go in the half.
And the Gators content to try to take this clock down as far as they can go and get into the locker room with this lead.
30 seconds on the game clock, 10 on the play clock. Florida will let it tick down a little bit more. Urban Meyer across the way standing with one of the officials. They stare at the clock, and he asks for time just before the play clock hits
Timeout,
0.
Florida. Their second time out of the half.
So the Gators will have a third down coming up here with
a 30-second timeout.
Only 19 seconds to go in the second quarter. 21-7, Florida leading Georgia here in Jacksonville. You can show your Georgia spirit all season long with Nature's Own, the official bread of UGA. Find them on Facebook or visit nature'sownbread.com. Nature's Own, we are nature's baker. Gators Z with an effective running game. Well, they've been well balanced today. 118 on the ground, 126 through the air. The Dogs a little bit sluggish and committing way too many turnovers.
Yeah, and turnovers are the key to it right now. This Gator offense, we really came out and stymied the first couple of series that they had, but we kept giving them opportunities, and they got going. John Brantley, solid first half outside of the one pick, 8 out of 11 for 126 yards. As you said, he had the one long of 40 yards running the football. They've had a host of players, again, run the football, but leading the way is Rainey with 57 yards on 10 carries.
14 points after 2 Georgia turnovers here in the first half. They snap it to Burton, quarterback draw, runs straight ahead up to the 24, and he may have the first down. They'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go. Burton another carry. So they're going to mark it back shy of the first, or did he get it? I don't think he got it. Looked like he got up to the 24, but they spotted him back closer to the 23. Now they may measure, and they will with 12 seconds to go in the half. Trey Burton, a 6'2", 222-pound freshman from Venice, has been all over the field for the Gator offense today. As they stretch the chains, he's short by about a foot or so. It's going to be fourth down with 12 seconds to play in the second quarter.
And Georgia will now take their final timeout to see if we can make anything happen here with either a punt block or maybe a return.
Timeout, Georgia. Their third and final timeout of the half. Be a 30-second timeout.
So the Bulldogs came out to start this ball game today and threw an interception on the very first play, trying to go to A.J. Green. Janoris Jenkins jumped the route, picked it off, diving catch, but the Dogs dodged a bullet there because the defense held, and Florida ended up missing a 42-yard field goal. And then after an exchange of punts, Georgia came up with an interception by Brandon Smith. The Dogs ended up having to kick it away, and the Gators scored first on their ensuing drive. It's a 91-yard drive in 11 plays. Chris Rainey ended up scoring from 20 yards out. Florida went up 7-0. Dogs quickly answered a 63-yard touchdown pass. Murray to Tavares King to make it 7-7. Then a Aaron Murray fumble resulted in a 2-yard touchdown run by Jeff Demps, and then an interception by Will Hill ended up with Trey Burton running it in from 1 yard out. And that's where we stand right now. Florida will punt it. Brandon Smith back deep on the Georgia 40-yard line. Henry, kind of a rugby-style kick, low, and lets it bounce. And it will roll dead, maybe on the 32-yard line, and the clock will run out in the half. So the Gators, with good clock management, able to use up all the seconds on the clock, and they head to the locker room, as does Georgia, with Florida leading by a score of 21-7, 3 first-half turnovers, resulting in 14 first-half points for the Gators, and they have a 2-touchdown lead here as we hit halftime in Jacksonville. Of course, the Gators have dominated this game the last 2 seasons, scoring well over 40 points and winning easily. And Georgia, a little bit of a shaky first half and some catching up to do as they will head into the locker room to try and sort things out and get back in this ball game, down 21-7 at intermission. Florida band coming onto the field. The Georgia band will perform as well at halftime here at Everbank Field in Jacksonville, as we stand by to get some comments from Coach Mark Richt as they head into the locker room. Now Chuck has the coach. Brought to you by AT&T. Rethink
to try to get his confidence back up. But the big one, no doubt about it, is we can't continue to give them the ball with the turnovers that we've had here in the first half.
Florida will get the ball to start the second half. Let's grade the team, brought to you by Lowe's, official tailgating destination of the Georgia Bulldogs. One thing that we grade the team on from the first half, and something maybe we need to improve on in the second half.
Well, I think a couple of things that we were looking at early is can we win the game, win this football game early? We couldn't. We throw a pick right off the bat. Now we stop them, but then they end up scoring first, making the Gators one-dimensional. We haven't been able to shut down their running game either. They've got 121 yards on the ground already, and then turnovers, we're losing that one. The big key as we move into this second half is can we eliminate all of those turnovers, and can we shut them down on this first drive and give ourselves a chance?
That's probably the key, getting a little momentum off the defense on this opening possession as we go down to the sidelines. And Chuck Dowdle for Cook's Pest Control Sideline Report. Chuck?
Well, let me tell you, Scott, those coaches, the Georgia coaches, gave the guys an earful in there in the locker room at halftime, but you should have heard what they got from Muhammad Massaquoi, the former Bulldog receiver. He greeted them as they came in and in no uncertain terms challenged them to get out here and play Georgia Bulldog football here in the second half and make plays. And one other just quick piece of news, Chris Durham, the news is good. He's going to be back in the lineup. He's back out here, and everything's fine.
Excellent. That is good news. As Chris had that one catch in the first half for 19 yards, got hurt on that play. Here's Blair Walsh kicking it off. A low wobbler that bounces on the 10, taken by Rainey right there. Twist away from one tackle, but then off balance, falls down at the 23. Jakar Hamilton knocked him off balance and comes up with the tackle. The Gators will have it 1st and 10, going left to right here at Everbank Field. 1st and 10 from their own 23-yard line with a 21-7 lead.
Boy, a nice play there by Hamilton to make that tackle. He came flying in, had to leave his feet to grab a hold of Rainey, and was able to do so and spin him around to get him to the ground.
Brantley, the quarterback. Bring a man in motion. That's Rainey. He settles into the right of Brantley. He'll get the handoff running left. Rainey to the 25, to the 30, to the 35, the 37-yard line. A first down and a pickup of about 14. Bakari Rambo with the stop. Just an easy, simple handoff with blockers out in front, running to the left side. With all that speed, he got 14 fast ones.
Yeah, that's just like a sweep out of the shotgun. Rainey there dipped inside, then bounced it back outside for the big gain.
Now they're going to come this way with Rainey, running to the near side and tackled from behind at the 36-yard line by Marcus Doughton, the linebacker. Chased him down. He was slowed up a little bit. Rainey was trying to pick his way on the near side, but he got nothing on the run to the near side. So quickly, Gators going no huddle, quickly up to the line. Actually lost a little bit on the play. Call it 2nd down and 11 now for Florida. Snap to Brantley, handed off to Demps. Here's a flag. Jeffrey Demps took the handoff, started to run to the left, and Florida may have been jostling on the line of scrimmage.
Start. 74 offense, 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Maurice Hurt is hurting the Gators. He's had a tough day. That's his 3rd false start penalty. The senior from Milledgeville, Baldwin High School. So back to Gators up 5 yards, 2nd down and 16.
And that's a 6th penalty from the Gators. Well, it's been the only thing after the first few series that slowed them down.
Now Burton's the quarterback. He takes the snap, going to run option, throws it inside to Omarius Hines. Hines twisting away from tacklers, 45, 50, into Georgia territory at the 45-yard line. That's a big, tall, wide receiver running like a fullback through the middle of our defense and got into Georgia territory at the 45-yard line.
Just a little double option there. Burton catches it, comes down the line of scrimmage. He's got Demps on one side to pitch the option to. Hines was on the inside, just a little shovel pass. Pretty well-designed play, but more so poor tackling there for the Dogs as Hines just kept picking up precious yardage.
24-yard gain by Hines, listed at 6 feet, 220. They ride Demps inside, handed off to him, and he's brought down at the 22 by Doughton, the linebacker. Gators moving right down the field here, starting at their own 23. They're at the Georgia 42 right now. We're not quite 2 minutes into the 3rd quarter, and Florida already leading by 2 scores.
2nd and 7.
Now they flip-flop Brantley into the left slot, and Burton moves into the quarterback. Now Burton goes off into the left slot, and Brantley comes back in the shotgun. Snap it to Brantley in the pocket from the 50. Fires, caught, boom, belted at the 25. He hangs on. Frankie Hammond Jr., and then he flips the ball to the Georgia defender, Bakari Rambo, who made the hit. No flag, but Hammond took a shot, hung on to the ball for another gain for Florida down to the 25-yard line, a pickup of 20.
Well, the Dogs having to play single safety there. Brought all their linebackers just on a run blitz, but had single safety because of that.
Here's Brantley from the outside. We run with a corner blitz. Boykin gets the sack on Brantley. He was looking right, then turned back to throw to the left, and Boykin was right on top of him. He ducked down low, and Boykin may have gotten a helmet in the solar plexus there, but he gets the sack back at the 32. Going to be a loss of 12 on the play.
Boy, Brantley was looking right, and there wasn't a receiver to be found on that side. Almost looks like he went in the wrong direction.
Correction, a loss of 7 on the play. The original line of scrimmage is the 25, but 2nd down and long. And here's Burton on the quarterback draw, runs straight ahead, stacked up at the 28-yard line and pushed back right there by about 3 or 4 red shirts from Georgia. Leading the way was Justin Houston, and Marcus Doughton hit him first. 3rd down and long for Florida, 3rd and 12. He got 5 of it back. Ball's on the 27-yard line of the Bulldogs. Gators moving left to right, leading 21-7. Brantley's back at quarterback in the shotgun. Snap it to him. He throws left side, fires all the way across the field, threw it over everything and out of bounds, incomplete. Trying to go to Frankie Hammond on the far side of the field, but he zipped that one fast and hard and high, and it landed about 4 yards out of bounds. It's 4th down for Florida. Now their kicking game is in such disarray, they may just try to go for it here. They've already missed a field goal earlier. They don't have their normal kicker. Caleb Sturgis is injured. Chaz Henry's missed his last 4 attempts. They're going to go for it on 4th down. 4th and 12 from the Georgia 27-yard line. Burton is the quarterback. Snap from Pouncey. Burton heads to the left. running room, 25, and collision at the 25. Brandon Boykin came flying in there. The corner from Fayetteville hits him on the 25 and down right there. He got 2 yards on the play. Ball goes over on downs to the Bulldogs. 11:28 to go, third quarter. Florida 21, Georgia 7. Dogs with the ball when we come back. Timeout here in Jacksonville on the Georgia Bulldogs radio network.
You have 3 new voice messages.
Chuck Dowdle here on this Georgia sideline at Everbank Field with former Georgia Bulldog great wide receiver Muhammad Massaquoi. He was number 1 in your heart and in the program, but Muhammad, you challenged those guys pretty good in there at halftime.
I don't think some guys really understand the meaning of this game. Just the rivalry between the two teams, the bad blood between the two teams, and just guys need to wake up and understand that we're still in this fight, and they shouldn't be out here hanging their heads.
It must mean a lot for you to be back here on your bye week. Thanks a lot for doing it, pal.
Thank you.
All right, Scott, back up to you.
Chuck, thank you very much. Mo, good to hear from you. Dogs 1st and 10 on their 25 after stopping Florida on 4th down. Murray's in the shotgun. Backfield is split. Murray will fire quickly to the near side. Caught by Orson Charles at the 27. He turns and spins upfield to the 30. Pass was tipped coming out of the pocket back there. A.J. Jones made the stop for the Gators. And it's a pickup of 5 up to the 30-yard line. 2nd and 5 for Georgia.
And a good job there by Orson Charles coming back to get that football. His momentum was carrying him to the flat as he was running just a little arrow route to the outside, able to stop and come back and get that football and get up the field. Well done by Orson.
Durham back in the ball game, as Chuck told you earlier. Out to the right side along with A.J. Green. Caleb King, the lone setback. Murray's in the shotgun. There's the snap on 2nd down. Throws it to the right side. Durham makes the catch, gets the 1st down. Still on his feet at the 40 and pushed out of bounds right there by Janoris Jenkins, who had an interception on the first play of the ball game today. The 5'11 junior corner from Pahokee, Florida, makes the tackle, but the Dogs get a 1st down with Durham picking up 10 quick yards.
Gators now playing a little cover 3. 2 plays in a row. We've run slant flat combination. They've covered up the slant pretty well with the strong safety, getting in that zone. Good reads by Aaron Murray to go to the outside, take what that defense is giving you.
2 receivers to the near side. Green to the far side. Out of the shotgun. Play fake by Murray. He'll keep it and run to the right side and pick up a couple before he's tackled around the 42, maybe the 43. Jelani Jenkins, the linebacker, the redshirt freshman for the Gators, makes the stop at the 43. So it is a gain of about 2.5 for Aaron Murray. To bring up 2nd down, they'll call it 8.
Dogs in the first half, 195 total yards, 123 through the air, 72 on the ground. Caleb King was the leading rusher with 39 yards on 5 carries.
King and Green to the right. That's Tavares King. Caleb's the tailback in the I formation. They bring A.J. Green in motion to the near side. On 2nd down, Murray will throw to A.J. on the right side, catches it at the 40. One tackler's on the turf, throws another man out of bounds at the 47-yard line. A.J. Green is jacked up. He only got a few yards on the play, but he disposed of 2 Gators. He just ran out of room on the sideline. If we're playing soccer, he's still running.
Boy, that stiff arm is something to behold, isn't it? He's just shooing Gators away from him.
He got to the 48 for a gain of 5. That was a hard-fought 5 yards. 3rd down. 3 to go for Georgia from our 48-yard line. We trail 21-7, 9:09 to go, 3rd quarter. Murray's in the shotgun for the Dogs. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Here comes the blitz. Murray throws quickly. Caught! Orson Charles in Gator territory at the 49, and that's a 1st down, or it should be. It's very close. Well, they're going to move him down the field a little bit more around the 48. That's definitely a 1st down. Caught it right on the Georgia sideline.
Good job by Aaron Murray to hang in on that play. The Gators brought both linebackers up the A-gap, then brought the free safety right behind it. Murray able to stand tall in that pocket and find Orson out in the flat.
He took a pretty good shot, too, as he let that one fly. But 1st and 10 Dogs on the Florida 48. We're trailing by 2 scores. 2 touchdowns. Murray under center. Caleb King behind him is the lone setback. And we run the end around with A.J. Green. Green at the 50 and nowhere to go as Tratu will chase him down and grab him by the name on the back of his jersey and hold on to him until he can get him out of bounds. He actually lost a yard or so, I think. They may spot that back on the 50 as he ran to the near side into the Georgia sideline and lost a couple of yards. So
Boy,
second down and 12.
You better hope you fool somebody quick if you're going to run a reverse into the boundary. Just not a whole lot of room to stretch the defense there at all.
Dogs break the huddle. We send Rantavius Wooten and Durham out to the right. Tavares King on the near side. A.J. out of the game for the moment. Drop Murray back into the shotgun. Snap, Murray throws right side. Nowhere near Chris Durham, the intended receiver, trying to break out towards the sideline. The ball was about 4 or 5 yards out of his reach. Incomplete, brings up third down and 12.
Well, that's the fourth pass in a row that the Dogs have tried to attack the outside flat of this Gator defense. Probably wanted to see something. What we actually are getting now is the flat defenders coming up a little bit quicker after we've gone there 3 or 4 times in a row. Orson Charles open on the corner route in the behind that flat route there.
Murray now 9 of 19 on the day. 1 touchdown, 2 picks for 148 yards. Third down and 12 for the Dogs from midfield. We move Tavares King in motion, roll the pocket to the right, throw it back to the near side with a screen to Orson Charles. Caught. Charles at the 45-40, near sideline, 35, out of bounds where? At the 32-yard line. That's a first down for the Dogs. Will Hill, the free safety, drove him out of bounds. Misdirection by Georgia. Went right, came back left with the screen, and Orson Charles got the first down. And did he wipe out Chuck?
I think he took out Chuck.
You okay down there? Let's hope you're okay.
Chuck doesn't have his headphones on now. He got taken out.
Wow. Well, we're going to get a Cook's Pest Control on that momentarily. Do we have that on audio? Did you record that, Charles? First down, Georgia from the Gators' 32-yard line. Green in motion to the far side. Play fake, no, handed off to Caleb King. King running at the 30, wrapped up right there by Ahmad Black, the strong safety. Chuck, are you okay, my man?
Well, Scott, let me just say this. I quit. No, I'm fine, but I just love it when the producer, the first thing he says is, how's the equipment?
Oh, well, maybe he wasn't talking about the microphone. Second down on the 31. 21-7. Gators lead the Dogs, but Georgia driving. Murray back in the shotgun. Long look at the defense. There's the snap. Murray looks to throw it right. Now he hesitates. Now he has to scramble out of the pocket. Murray on his horse. 25, 20, slides safe to the 16-yard line. Aaron Murray got some happy feet in the pocket, found a little bit of a seam to the near side, and was able to escape the Gator rush and pick up another first down at the Gators 16.
Boy, zone blitz there by the Gators. Aaron went to throw a side adjustment, but as he did, the dropping defensive lineman for the Gators got right in his lane. He had to pull it down, somehow got out of the pocket for the big gain.
Dogs first and 10, driving steadily, starting back at their own 25-yard line. 11th play of the drive coming up. Murray under center. King's the tailback, offset eye with Chappis the full. Hand it, no play fake to Caleb. Wants to throw to the near corner of the end zone. Orson Charles going for it up high, can't catch it. He was running out of room, and the ball was a little bit high, unable to hang on. I don't think he would have been able to stay in bounds anyway. It was that close to the edge.
Boy, it would have been tough. Maybe just a hair sooner for Aaron Murray to get that ball out of his hands, but a good play call, good read, went exactly to the right spot. The Gators overloaded that defensive look to the twin side. Orson was over there one-on-one. A hair quicker, maybe we would have had a shot, but pretty good coverage there by the Gators defensively.
He was matched up with the big linebacker, Ronald Powell, the 6'4 freshman. Second down and 10. Clock moving at 6:09. Actually, it stopped at 6:09. Snap to Murray. Hand off to Caleb King. King running off left tackle down to the 10-yard line. Going to pick up 6 on the carry. It'll be 3rd and 4. Trato, the defensive end, and Brandon Hicks, the linebacker, make the stop for the Gator defense. But Georgia continuing to move the football all the way from our 25-yard line. We've marched it down to the Gator 10 so far.
And a good job there by Cordy Glenn. Again, the Gators blitzing linebackers right up in those A gaps. Cordy Glenn able to take his man and seal it off for Caleb King to find a hole.
I notice Chuck is standing next to the doctors on the sidelines now. 3rd down and 4 to go for the Dogs. Snap to Murray. Murray, pump fake, throws over the middle. Oh, out of his reach and incomplete, trying to go to A.J. Green under the goalposts. And it's 4th down, and here comes the field goal unit for Georgia.
Well, we had a shot there, too. Just a little shake route by A.J. right in the middle. On the shake route, the Florida middle linebacker fell down. We actually had a shot to get it there because of the Gator falling down.
Pass by Murray a little bit high and a little bit away. Here's the field goal try. 27-yarder by Blair Walsh is good. And that makes it 21-10 as Walsh puts it through the uprights and the Dogs get points. We trail by 11 now, 21-10, 5:18 to go in the 3rd quarter here in Jacksonville. Timeout. Back after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
All right, guys, gather around. There's a girl out there right now. She
5:18 to go in the 3rd quarter. Dogs trail 21-10. Let's pause for station identification on the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network. Bulldog football is brought to you by BB&T, best bank in town since 1872, and by Subway, the official sandwich of the Georgia Bulldogs. Play hard, eat fresh. Well, we got 3 out of it. Could have used 7, but we got 3. And, you know, since this drought, if you want to call it that, began 20 years ago, the Dogs 3-17, Georgia's scored less than 20 points 14 times over that stretch of time and has gone 0-14 in that period. We got to get more points, obviously, than 20 because they've got 21. Here's the kickoff. It's going to go to Rainey. Rainey hit hard at the 19-yard line, far hash. And down right there, one of our guys came diving in there, and that looked like Chase Vassar, the linebacker, who got the lick and the tackle. But anyway, my point is that Florida has, every time they've just really shut our offense down, obviously Georgia has not been able to win the ball game, and they haven't won the low-scoring close contest in this series.
Yeah, and the encouraging thing today is that we've been able in spurts here to move the football, running it okay. Where Aaron Murray there in that last series looked like he started to get into a little bit of a rhythm.
Here's Burton, the quarterback. He's going to hand it off to Demps, running to the near side, looking for running room. We chase him down at the 20-yard line as Bakari Rambo was able to chase him to the near sideline, and an exchange of words between Demps and Rambo as they jog back to their huddles. And he may have gotten a yard and a half, maybe 2. They spotted on the 21. So give him 2 on the play. Brantley back at quarterback now for the Gators. 5 receivers set for Florida. Snap to Brantley. Looks left, throws right, throws it over the Georgia bench. Incomplete. Trey Burton was, I guess, the intended receiver, but he wasn't going to catch that if he's 12 feet tall.
Boy, that's a couple of balls now that John Brantley's thrown in a row that have been way high and not even close to his intended receiver. His first half, Brantley looked strong. Looks like he struggled here a little bit in the past couple of series throwing the football.
3rd and 8 for Florida. The Gators are 3 of 8 on 3rd down conversions today. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Shotgun snap to Brantley. Pressure, throws off balance. One-handed grab by Burton, the tight end, but well short of the first down. Tackled by Akeem Dent coming across the middle around the 24-yard line. So he got about 3, and a nice catch by Burton, a one-handed grab. But the Dogs stop. Gators go 3 and out. Georgia gets the ball back here as the punting unit will come on for Florida.
And a good job there by Cornelius Washington on a stunt. Came around, got up the middle, free, and had a clean shot on Brantley, forcing him to get rid of that football a little earlier than he wanted to.
Brandon Smith, the deep man, in punt return formation for Georgia. Chaz Henry, the Florida punter. There's the snap, and the kick is away, and it is long, high, deep, wobbly. Smith all the way back to the 15-yard line, headed to the far side of the field. Oh, what a vicious block to the sideline. Smith up the field, out of bounds at the 31-yard line. Alec Ogletree just put a dent in one of the Florida players. Oh, my goodness, what a hit.
Boy, and that ignited the bench for this Georgia football team as well.
Wow, Brandon Hicks, the recipient of that block by Alec Ogletree. Shoulder to shoulder, but going full speed. He knocked Hicks about 3 or 4 yards back.
Almost knocked his helmet off his head.
Smith got to the sideline, but ran out of room on the far side.
3 yards for a rushing score. Mississippi 7, number 1, Auburn nothing. Scott?
21-10 here. David, thank you. Dogs 1st and 10 on the 31. Stay tuned after the ball game for Dog Talk live from Hotel Indigo in downtown Athens. Move a man in motion, work from the far hash out of the eye. That's Green coming in motion. Play fake Murray in the pocket. He stands. Now he's flushed out, runs to the near side, wants to throw on the run, and he just flings it out of bounds to get rid of the ball. Green had already run his route, was way down at the 30, 25-yard line of Florida, and Murray was being pursued, so he just dumped it over the Georgia bench, out of bounds and incomplete.
It looked like Aaron had a chance to get rid of that football and held on to it maybe a hair too long and then had to flush out of the pocket maybe a little bit early without anybody truly flashing in his face, but had a chance to get to A.J. We've had opportunities to go to A.J. He's had a number of one-on-one situations, but because of pressure and a few other things, Aaron has not been able to find him outside of the 2 quick hitches.
3 seconds on the play clock, 2 seconds. They get the snap off, hand it off to Washaun Ely, running straight ahead. Minimal gain, maybe a half yard or so. Sharif Floyd, big defensive tackle, 300-pounder, freshman from Philadelphia, makes the stop on Ely, who he gained, they give him a yard, but wasn't the full 36 inches, just shy of the 32-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and 9 for the Dogs, who trail 21-10, getting late in the third quarter, 3 minutes to play in the third. Tavares King breaks out to the right. Durham and A.J. Green to the near side. Shotgun formation for Murray. Takes the snap, drops back, looks, has time, throws, wide open far side. King on the far sideline, and he catches it in Gator territory and backs out of bounds at the 37-yard line. King was wide open between defenders, and Murray found him for a big gain down the far side. Dogs have it 1st and 10 at the Gator 38.
Good job by Trenton Sturdivant up front, giving Aaron Murray time, and it looked like Cody Riggs, defensive back for Florida, just fell down.
30 yards on the pass play. Dogs have it 1st and 10 in Florida territory, trailing by 11. Carlton Thomas is the setback. Now Chappis lines up as the fullback. Play fake. Murray steps up into the pocket, runs to the right. 35, 34, 33, out of bounds where? At the 32-yard line, and there's a flag on the field in the Gator secondary at the 27. Brandon Hicks pushing Murray out of bounds into the Florida sideline.
Well, if we can find a way to protect right now, we've got shots down the field if we want to take them, and if we can protect Aaron long enough to step up in the pocket to let it go. We've been one-on-one the majority of the day. That's continuing, and we're starting to get behind the Florida Gators.
Holding. White, 16. 10-yard penalty from the end of the run. 1st down.
I think Matt Austin forgot who was playing. Holding White. That's A.J. Jones. That's Florida's in white, Georgia's in red. A.J. Jones, the senior linebacker from Tampa, flagged for defensive holding, and that's a 1st down, as you heard him say. And they'll walk it off and spot the ball here. So the Dogs will have it 1st and 10. And around the 21-yard line, I believe, when they spot it. They'll put it on the 22. Dogs moving again. They had a long drive to start the third quarter, a 65-yard drive in 14 plays. Had to settle for a 27-yard field goal by Blair Walsh to make it 21-10. We need 7 on this possession. 1st and 10 for the Dogs from the Gator 22-yard line. I formation. Carlton Thomas is the tailback. Green in motion a little bit from the near side. Play fake. Murray, the man chasing him. Now he's going to run to the near side, and he goes down around the 20, maybe the 19. Jelani Jenkins, the linebacker, falling on top of him as Murray tried to set up, had to step out of the pocket, and then he just took off running. And he gained 2.5, maybe 3. They'll spot the ball on the 19-yard line, so give him 3.
Gators continuing to bring pressure, just play after play. Linebacker Dogs getting into the backfield. Good job by Aaron, though, slipping that. All the Gators keying on Aaron as soon as he gets out of the pocket, though, and shut down any room that he had very quickly.
2nd down 7 from the Gator 19. Dogs moving right to left. 68 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Under center, now Murray hands it off to Ely. They fake the end around afterward. Ely runs hard, trying to stay behind the block of Sean Chappis. Only gets a 1 or 2 yard gain. Tratto, the defensive end, makes the tackle on Ely. And they spot the ball at the 17. Let's go down to the sidelines where Chuck Dowdle hopefully is a long way away from the play. Chuck,
I am a long
report.
Yeah, Scott, I'm a long way away from the play, but I'm here with one of the greatest golfers in the world. Jim Furyk just won the Tour Championship. Jim, you down here pulling for the Dogs?
Secretly, I am, yeah.
That's what we like. He's got on an Arizona hat, but I'll tell you what, this guy can play some golf.
So I say I've got a media credential, but I guess it's all right on Bulldog. Yeah.
All right, Murray going to throw a screen to the right. Ely caught at the 20, 15, 10, still on his feet. Down to the 5, maybe the 4-yard line. He ran over the tackler at the 10-yard line, kept his feet, got down inside the 5. Tratto made the stop finally, but a nice run by Washaun Ely on the screen pass to the right.
Boy, and it was a great catch, too. He had to get out of the traffic. Almost fell down, got back up. If he could have just waited on his blockers, he had 3 big linemen down there. If he could have got behind them, would have walked into the end zone.
Ran over Ahmad Black. That's the last play of the quarter. Timeout. Dogs with a little bit of momentum. Down by 11 as we start the final 15. Timeout on the field with Florida leading Georgia 21-10 on the Georgia Bulldogs radio network.
All right, guys, gather around. Tonight, it's going to be you against you. And who you gonna be, huh? You gonna be that guy who missed it? No, that guy will.
Starting the 4th quarter, Dogs down 11. Let's go down to the sidelines and Chuck Dowdle for a Cook's Pest Control sideline report. Chuck?
Scotty, I got to tell you, part of the feeling in that locker room at the halftime was that Florida was not a better football team than the Bulldogs, that they just started to have to make some plays, and that's what they're starting to do now, and it's paying off big time.
Mark Richt huddled them up at the end of the 3rd, starting the 4th. Dogs have it 1st and goal on the Gators 4. Ely's the tailback. Murray's under center. They run out of the eye. There's the snap, handoff to Washaun, cuts left and right and into the end zone, touchdown. And then he spiked the ball. I hope they don't flag us. He chunked the ball to the turf and it went bouncing away, but Ely with a 4-yard touchdown run. And the Dogs climb to within 5.
Boy, we catch a little bit of a break there with them not throwing a flag, because we sure enough threw that football down.
And it looks like we're going to go for 2 right here. They're going to spot the ball on the far hash at the 3-yard line, and the Dogs will go for a 2-point conversion 3 seconds into the 4th quarter. It's 21-16. A Georgia touchdown brought to you by AirTran Airways, the official airline of the away game. Murray in the shotgun. Durham and White split out to the left. Tavares King, A.J. Green to the right. Bring Durham in motion to the wide side of the field. Going to roll the pocket to the right with Murray. Aaron running, now stops, plants, throws it into the back of the end zone, and it's picked off, and the conversion is no good. Picked off by Will Hill, trying to go to Aaron White, the tight end, scrolling along the back line of the end zone, but he had 2 men in front of it. So we fail on the 2-point conversion. It's 21-16 with 14:57 to play in the ball game. TV timeout. We'll take 1 too. Back in a moment, Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
Hey everybody, this is Ronnie from Green South, your local John Deere dealer, asking the question, what's your John Deere? If it's the new John Deere 50 horsepower Gator 825i XUV that goes
6 yards on 7 carries. Chris Rainey's the deep man for Florida, set to receive the kickoff from Blair Walsh. Dogs kick it from left to right as the shadows fall upon Everbank Field here in Jacksonville. Rainey stands at his own 3. Walsh punches it high, end over end, going to come down on the 7. Rainey quickly to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. Far side 25-30. Gets by tacklers 45-50 and knocked out of bounds in Georgia territory by Alec Ogletree. Chris Rainey got a big old whopping return, and Gators will start on Georgia's side of the 50.
Well, he's got some kind of burst, too. Didn't have much of a hole to get through, but got through it quick, and good thing Alec Ogletree was in the vicinity to make the tackle because Rainey was flying.
Spot the ball at the Georgia 49-yard line. They went about 45 yards on the return. 1st and 10 for the Gators, moving right to left here in the 4th quarter. Burton's the quarterback. They hand it off straight ahead is Rainey. And running low and behind his pads, he picks up about 6 yards down to the Georgia 43-yard line. 2nd down and 4. Gators going without the huddle as they have just about all afternoon. Burton, the quarterback. Hand it off. Rainey again, running off the right side of the line of scrimmage. Gets near the 1st down, stopped at the 40 by Sean Williams, and Georgia has a player down. BB&T brings you Georgia football, best bank in town since 1872. DeMarcus Dobbs is the injured player. He's wearing the Quentin Banks number 31 jersey today, as all of the seniors are doing this season, for Quentin Banks, who is no longer able to play. And the training staff will run out onto the field to help Dobbs, who's going to have to hobble off, not putting a lot of weight on that right leg. So he will come out of the ball game. A text message from Texaco. If you want to help keep your car running great, then do what people who know cars do. Trust the unbeatable cleaning power of Texaco with Techron to clean vital engine parts and help keep your car running great. Also, before the game is out, we'll be selecting the Texaco star player of the game. 21-16, Florida leading Georgia. 14 minutes to play in the contest. Burton's the quarterback in the shotgun. Play fake. He's going to keep it and run to the near side. Burton heading to the Georgia sideline will be ridden out of bounds by Bakari Rambo after a gain of maybe 3 or 4. They spot the ball on the Georgia sideline around the 36-yard line, it looks like. So he got a little bit more than that. He got the 1st down. They spot the ball at the 36. He got 7.
Well played there by Bakari Rambo, coming up from his safety position, however.
Handoff goes to Demps, running to the wide side of the field all the way to the Florida sideline and chased out of bounds at the 35 by Bakari Rambo again. He got a yard. He ran about 35 yards across the field, but only gained 1. It's 2nd down and 9 for Florida now.
And give Darryl Gamble some credit there as well for stretching that play out, forcing Demps to continue to go outside, allowing Rambo to get up and make the tackle.
Brantley back in at quarterback. At least for the time being. He and Burton have been interchanging today. Going to play fake and drop back. We're going to drag it, grab his arm. Did the ball come loose? Yeah, fumble. Fumble, and we picked it up. Are they saying interception or incomplete pass now? The ball came loose. We grabbed Brantley's right arm while he was trying to throw it. The ball came loose. We picked it up. Was it Dent that picked it up?
I think we picked it up and then gave it right back to him, though.
We fumbled it back. The officials are...
But looking at the replay, I think it was an incomplete pass anyway.
Officials are huddling at the 37. Is it going to be Florida ball right there? It was an incompletion. We were grabbing on his right arm, his jersey, on the right side of his body when he was trying to throw it. The ball came out, rolled about 8 yards past the line of scrimmage, and we had a guy pick it up. Now here's the explanation from Matt Austin, referee.
Defense number 19. Foul occurred during the first run. Therefore, the 10-yard penalty will be enforced from the previous spot.
During the first run, I never saw the flag. Oh, there they threw it back in the Georgia secondary. So after that, Florida moves down to the Georgia 25-yard line.
Boy, not sure where that one came from. We never saw a flag come out during the play.
Well, the Gators have a 1st and 10 now and a little bit of new life after Georgia got good pressure on Brantley, all for naught. Brantley still the quarterback. Gators at the Georgia 25-yard line. There's the snap, play fake. Throw it to the right side to Rainey. Is it Rainey who caught it? No, it's Trey Burton. The tight end, quarterback, fullback, wide receiver catches it in the right flat around the 22, 23-yard line. A gain of maybe 3 yards.
I think Sanders Cummings got a finger or two on that football. He came on a corner blitz, forcing that ball out of John Brantley's hand very quickly. And I think as he jumped to get in the way of that pass, may have got a finger on it, but Brantley still able to get it to Burton.
And Doughton made the tackle. D'Angelo Tyson back in the ball game now at nose. Brandon Wood across that front line. Keontae Tripp. Brantley's under center. They pitch it to Reed, the tight end from the right side. He heads to the near side of the field and is going to be stopped at the 22-yard line by Marcus Doughton. The tight end just raised up and pulled like it was an offensive guard pulling on a trap. And Brantley pitched him the ball as he ran this way, and we stop it at the 22-yard line. It's 3rd down and 7 for the Gators. 3 receivers right to the wide side of the field. It's an empty set. 5 receivers in this formation for the Gators. Brantley the quarterback. Florida this afternoon, 4 out of 10 on 3rd down conversions. Clock at 8.
Timeout, Georgia. The first timeout of the half.
Dogs take a time with 11:39 to go in the ball game. Trailing Florida 21-16 here in Jacksonville. Timeout on the field. Back in a moment. Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
Season, let a State Farm agent do a free discount double check that could save you hundreds of dollars on car insurance.
We'll always be there for this team, even when we can't actually be here.
And when you're cheering on the Bulldogs, we're right there with you.
State Farm is there. Discounts may vary state to state.
Show your Georgia spirit all season long with Nature's Own, the official bread of UGA. Find them on Facebook or visit naturesownbread.com. 11:39 to go in the game. Florida 21, Georgia 16. The Bulldogs have done all the scoring here in the second half. They've scored 9. The Gators have nothing in the second half yet, but they are standing by. 3rd down coming up from the Georgia 22. And the Gators break the huddle from the sideline and head to the line of scrimmage. Brantley, the quarterback, in the shotgun. Now Brantley flares out to the right side, and here's Trey Burton in at quarterback with one blue shoe and one white shoe. Or maybe his right foot is taped up with white tape. Burton looks like a broken play. He's going to run it to the right side, pushes our tackler back all the way to the 16-yard line. The ball came loose. The official says down. They blew the whistle. Shy of the first down. And they'll spot the ball around the 16-yard line. Looked like Burton, it was a broken play, Z, is what it looked like. And he just took off running, and he ends up getting positive yards out of it.
Yeah, it sure did. That's the second time today. His snap was just a little bit off center for him and forced him to go in the wrong direction. This time, however, he's able to get upfield and make something happen.
They got 6, but shy of the first down. They're going to try a field goal here with their punter, Chaz Henry, from the 24. 34-yard attempt. John Crowfoot is the holder from the far hash. There's the snap, the hold, the kick is away, and it is good. Chaz Henry breaks his drought, makes a 34-yard field goal to make it 24-16. 10:48 to go. Timeout on the field in Jacksonville. The Gators lead the Dogs by 8 on the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
What do you look for in a teammate? Speed? Power? Dependability? Then it's time you looked at joining Team Tundra. Lease a new
34-yard field goal for Florida, his 3rd of the season out of 7 tries, and his first field goal since the Alabama game when he made a pair, but he had missed his last 4. Puts 3 on Florida's side here in the second half. 24-16. The Gators lead Georgia by 8. Stay tuned after the game for more football programming right here on the radio. We broadcast live with Dog Talk from Hotel Indigo in downtown Athens. Dogs will receive the kick here momentarily as most of the Gators kickoff team is huddled up around their coach on the far side of the field. And Bruce is all alone at the 30, set to tee it up. And back deep for Georgia will be Brandon Boykin, who returned 100 yards last week in the win. His fourth kickoff return for a touchdown in his career. And the third from 100 yards. We'll take a 90-yard return right here. Not picky.
Yes, we would. Not picky at all.
All right, here's the kick. End over end. Not too high, not too deep. Taken by Boykin at the 7 or the 8. Straight ahead 15, 20, stops there, 25, and covered up at the 25-yard line. And then a little extracurricular after the play. We've had a little bit of that off and on today, but you would kind of expect that, as Jelani Jenkins made the stop for the Gators. And they spot the ball at the 26-yard line for Georgia. So the offense comes out, goes back to work. We trail by 8. A lot of time remaining, 10:42 to go in the contest.
And the one name we still haven't called a whole lot today is that of A.J. Green. Still only the 2 catches for 12 yards. Will we find a way to get him the football here in the last 10.5 minutes?
Green to the near side, 2 receivers to the left side. Shotgun snap to Murray. Fires it across field to Chris Durham. He makes the catch at the 28, turns upfield to the 35, to the 37, maybe the 38, not out of bounds. He got a first down and 11 yards on the pass play to Chris Durham.
And that's the one spot coming out of the locker room that it looked like we wanted to attack. We've been there time and time again, just the short, flat areas against this Florida defense.
The linebacker, Ronald Powell, making the stop for the Gators after an 11-yard pickup for Georgia. Clock moving at 10:19. Dogs 1st and 10 from our own 37-yard line. Murray's in the shotgun. There's the snap from the far hash. He throws on the left side, complete to Tavares King near the first down marker around the 47-yard line. Cody Riggs, the corner, on coverage and makes the tackle. And I think he got the first down. He did. 10 more yards for the Dogs. And they move the sticks again, and the Dogs inch closer to midfield at their 48.
Easy pitch and catch there. Just a curl route run by Tavares. Gets up to the sticks about 12 yards and then comes back to the football against cover 3. Pitch and catch all day long, so long as Aaron's got time to step up in the pocket and deliver it.
In the shotgun, we stay. Caleb King in the backfield. Murray, a lot of time to throw. Throws it to Orson Charles. Backpedaling, catches it at the Gator 39. Flipped upside down at the 30 as he's tackled right there. But a gain of 22 yards. Ahmad Black makes the stop for the Gator defense. Dogs are moving. They spot it at the 29. Let's go down to the sidelines. Chuck Dowdle for Cook's Pest Control sideline report. Chuck?
Scott, you notice Aaron Murray had enough time to signal to Orson to get a little bit deeper, and then he lobbed it over the defender's head, perfectly thrown. As you mentioned, Orson caught it backing up. Otherwise, he might have still been running.
We go into the I now. Durham to the near side. Green to the far side. Pro set I offense for Georgia. 1st and 10 from the Florida 29. Play fake. They pick up the blitz. We throw over the middle. Orson Charles, 12, 5, touchdown! Murray and Charles relive their high school tandem and hook up here in Jacksonville.
And give Caleb King the credit for making that play happen. Florida again bringing a linebacker blitz. Caleb steps up and delivers the key block on that play to give Aaron Murray all kinds of time to find Orson down the field. And as soon as he caught it, nobody was around him.
Dogs will go for 2. We trail by 2 with 9:01 to play. 24-22, a 2-point conversion to tie the contest. Orson Charles with the touchdown. It's his first of the year. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Caleb King, the lone setback. Murray's in the shotgun from the 3 and the far hash. Play clock at 2. There's the snap. Play fake. Murray's going to keep it. Run straight ahead. Give him 2. The play fake to King going left. Aaron tucked in behind him, ran it straight ahead for the two-point conversion. We got a brand new ball game, folks. It's 24-all.
Boy, we spread everybody out there. The play fake takes the last remaining linebacker in the middle out of the play, and as soon as Aaron got past the line of scrimmage, could waltz in.
9:01 to play in Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. Georgia 24, Florida 24 with a timeout on the Georgia Bulldogs radio network.
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Is trying to sneak out of a really boring meeting wearing tap shoes a bad idea?
Sales growth has increased 2.9%. That's a reflection of aggressive... Ben, where are you going?
Nowhere. Headed back to my seat now.
Switch to Geico now and you could save hundreds on your car insurance. For a free rate quote, visit geico.com or call 1-800-947.
Still a lot of time to play, but the Dogs have evened it up after trailing all day long. Rainey's the deep man for the Gators. He stands between the hash marks on his own 3-yard line. Had a 40-plus yard return on the last kick, see?
Yeah, he did, and he's dangerous. Anytime he touches it, he's got a chance of breaking into the house. He's the guy that got this Florida offense going in the first half as well, so you always have to be alert as to where he is and what he's doing.
Aaron Murray on the afternoon, now the evening, 16 of 29 for 283 yards, 2 scores and 2 interceptions. He's played a lot better in the second half for the young redshirt freshman.
Yeah, he has found his footing, that is for sure. Throwing the ball on a lot more rhythm. Give some credit to the offensive line as well, allowing him to step up into the pocket and make some throws.
Blair Walsh approaches and puts his foot into it from the near hash. Long end-over-end kick. Rainey shifts to the right side of the field and makes the catch at the 4. Angles across to the 20. Breaks the tackle there and slammed to the turf on his back at the 25-yard line. As the Gators will go on offense, the tackle made by Derek Owens, the freshman from right here in Jacksonville. A nice moment for him to make a stop in his hometown as the Bulldogs send the defense back out there. 8:54 to play. Georgia 24, Florida 24. Dogs have outscored the Gators here in the second half, 17-3. Brantley, the quarterback. They split the backfield. He works from the shotgun. He taps his thigh pad and hands it off to Rainey. Rainey wrapped up at the 25-yard line, tried to spin away from the tackle, got about 2.5 feet rather, as Cornelius Washington, the outside linebacker, made the stop after a gain of, they give him about 1.5 on that. Call it 2nd down and 8. Play clock at 18. Plenty of time for the Gators. Brantley slaps his pads again. Will throw. Caught at the 31. Up to the 35. Omarius Hines goes down at the 35. Dent and Rambo make the stop for Georgia. But it's a first down for the Gators. And DeMarcus Dobbs hobbling out of the ball game again. The senior defensive end from Savannah headed to the sideline. Keontae Tripp in the contest for the Dogs.
And the Gators, that last play, emptied the backfield. Only the second time they've done that all game.
Trey Burton, the quarterback, hands it off straight ahead on the option. And the Gators move the pile about 3, maybe 4 yards, close to the 39-yard line. Should be about 2nd down and 6, depending on the spot. That was Demps, the little junior from Winter Garden, Florida. Tripp and Dent make the hit for the Dogs. They call it 2nd down and 7. They only gave him 3. Just shy of their own 39. Florida moving right to left. Brantley back at quarterback in the shotgun now. Takes the snap in the pocket. Throws. Wide open is Hines. Hines looking for running room. Still on his feet. We're tugging at his jersey. There goes his helmet. Well, we might just start undressing him right there at midfield. Finally went down. Just shy of the 50. They spot him at the 49. Dent had his jersey tugging on it, and then his helmet popped off. That was Sean Williams with the hit. But another first down for the Gators up to the 49-yard line.
Well, but Hines had all kinds of room right there in the soft spot of that zone defense for Georgia. Easy throw for Brantley, and then Hines had plenty of room to get that first down.
Trey Burton in at quarterback now, back in the shotgun. 1st and 10 for the Gators. Play fake. Burton's going to run it. Big hole, right side, 40, 35, 30. Race to the end zone, 15, 10, 5. He dives. That's a touchdown.
Boy,
51 yards for Burton, Z.
Just that quick, too. Burton right up the gut. We don't lay a hand on him, and then he gets outside, and we can't catch him. The Gators answer quickly. We'll see if we can come back and answer it one more time.
30-24.
The previous play is under further review.
Burton sprinting down the far sideline. Going to see if his knee touched down or he was out of bounds in that far corner before he broke the plane, I'm guessing is what they're going to take a look at. The big man has some speed.
Just after first glance, I think he is in. I think that touchdown will stand, and I think we've got another hole to pull out of.
Sean Williams was trying to chase him down, the sophomore from Damascus. They collided around the 1 yard line as they went into the end zone. Bulldog football is brought to you by BB&T, best bank in town since 1872. Gators have temporarily taken the lead while our referee Matt Austin has the headphones on and communicates with the replay official upstairs here in the booth. Gators think they're waiting to kick the point after. We're going to get the word from the official here momentarily as they take another look at it. Burton stayed in bounds.
Well, they're taking a long time to review it. It really doesn't look like it's that much
looked like he got it to me, yeah.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Yeah. Touchdown.
Didn't really seem to be a whole lot of question about that one. Trey Burton moving his 6'2", 222-pound body quickly down the far sideline for a 51-yard score. Here's Chaz Henry for the point after to try to give the Gators a 7-point lead. There's the snap and the hold and the kick. It is good. With the flashes going off in the crowd, Gators have taken a 31-24 lead. 6:56 to go here in Jacksonville. Can the Dogs answer? We'll find out when we come back on the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
You have 3 new voice messages. Message 1.
Mike, it's Taylor, your favorite all-pro running.
David Shumate back inside our Bulldog studios as we check the Charter on-demand scoreboard. Take you to Oxford, where the offense has been on full display. Number 1 Auburn leading Mississippi 17-14, better than 400 combined yards of offense in the opening quarter. And Scott, a week after getting pasted by Navy, Notre Dame goes down at home at the hands of Tulsa, 28-27.
Ouch! Here it's 31-24. The Gators have just taken the lead. Kickoff, end over end. Somewhat short. Boykin takes it at the 6, straight ahead to the 10, to the 15, to the 20 with a gap, 25, 30, finds a hole, 40, 45, 50, jumps over a man. Oh, he trips at the Gator 43-yard line. Oh, no. He still had some more room to run. Got tripped up by the kicker, Bruce.
Boy, it looked for a second that he had leaped Bruce and was off to the races.
Long return by Boykin, 50 yards down to the Gator 40-yard line. So the Dogs with a short field to work with to try and tie this thing up with 6:47 to go. That one could certainly be worthy of the Comcast triple play. Had a few of those today. The Orson Charles touchdown. We split them out to the left and 2 to the right. Work from the far hash out of the I formation. Well, Sean Ely, the tailback. Murray under center. The snap from Jones, play fake. Murray wants to pass from the 50 over the middle. It is caught or no, incomplete. A.J. Green sliding with a man diving on top of him at the 30. Janoris Jenkins. And the official comes in from the far side and waves it off, incomplete. So it's 2nd down and 10.
Pretty good play there by the Gators defensively. That ball was well thrown. That ball was very well thrown. Almost came up with the grab. A.J. almost did. But he had a Gator draped all over his back.
Dogs break the huddle, come up to the line. 2nd down and 10 from the Florida 43. 50-yard return by Brandon Boykin have put us in this position. We're down by 7. Murray, screen pass, just tries to dump it with pressure coming in. It's incomplete, and now there's a flag. Flag dropped at the 41. Gators brought the blitz. We dropped the ball, and we may have committed a penalty as well. Let's see what it is. Matt Austin is our referee, and he'll give us an explanation. Holding on the Dogs.
Boy, that's pretty tough to do. You hold on a screenplay when you're letting everybody get through the line.
Good point.
Holding. Offense 61. Penalties decline.
Wow.
Third down.
Second time today they've declined a holding penalty. Now we're in a 3rd and 10. We can still go grab this one.
From the 43 of Florida, 6:36 on the clock, 4th quarter. We trail 31-24. The Gators just went 50 yards, 51 yards with Trey Burton on a 51-yard run, his second score of the day, to take the lead again.
And we're 6 out of 11 on 3rd down, but none bigger than this one.
Durham and King to the near side, Green to the far side. Shotgun snap to Murray, throws to A.J. Goal! Diving catch going up in the air, bringing it down at the 28. A.J. Green just forgot about his body, leaped in the air, made the grab. What a catch, A.J. Green. First down, Georgia at the Gator 28.
And he's a little shaken up after that miraculous catch coming off the sideline. He's going to be okay, just needs to collect himself. But what a catch.
Stuff like that while he's the best receiver in college football. And Janoris Jenkins had terrific coverage, but Green just wanted it. 1st and 10 from the Gator 28 for the Dogs. Handed off to Caleb King. He hesitates, left tackle, running room, 25, 20, 15, down to the 10-yard line, maybe the 9. King waited for the block to develop, waited for the hole to open, Eric, and he shot right through it on the left side.
Scott, you were dead on the money. It was that little hesitation that allowed that hole to open up, because when he got the ball, I thought he was going to get stuffed by a wall of Gators. Just stopped ever so slightly and then shot up the middle.
1st and goal at the 10. Hill made the tackle on Caleb King. Dogs 10 yards away from a touchdown and an extra point to tie. 5:35 to go in the contest. We line up in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the left. Handed off. Caleb King trying to run to the near side. Tripped up in the backfield. That's going to be a loss. Back to the 17. William Green shot through. And they'll spot the ball at the 15. So a 5-yard loss as the Gators make it 2nd and goal from the 15-yard line now.
Boy, and that one hurts as well. You want to get positive yardage there. Just a little handoff right in front of Aaron Murray from shotgun. Just a sweep to the right, but the Gators in the backfield immediately.
Murray up over the center, pointing out directions to his offense. Now drops back in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. There's the snap to Murray. Back on the 22. He throws to the left side and incomplete inside the 5-yard line. Trying to go to Tavares King, who cut at the 3, headed towards the sideline, covered by Cody Riggs. But the pass is incomplete, and now it's 3rd and goal from the Gator 15.
Boy, that's a tough pass to throw down here on the goal line. Just a quick out, but you don't have much room behind you. But the ball was on time. It was well thrown right through the hands of Tavares.
Unfortunate drop for the Dogs. They'll go at it again. 3rd and goal from the Gator 15. 3 receivers set to the right, 1 to the left for the Dogs. We're down by a touchdown and an extra point. Snap to Murray in the shotgun. Throws over the middle. A.J. Green! Touchdown! In traffic! Right in the middle of the end zone. Had to wait to see if he caught it. There was a pile of players laying on top of number 8. But number 8 normally hangs on, and he did right there. No catch has been bigger.
I have no idea how that ball found A.J. A.J. was in the middle of 3 Gators. The ball hits him right in the middle of that 8. He holds on to it. A great pass, back shoulder right over the linebacker of Florida.
Extra point by Walsh to tie. The kick is away. It's good. Again, we're tied. 31-31. This is more like it. 4:36 to go in the ball game. And now we got to give the ball back to the Gators. Timeout in Jacksonville. 31 apiece, Georgia and Florida. Back in a moment, Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
Whatever you want, whatever you need, the low prices guaranteed. You can have it now, you don't have to wait. You can buy a lease to own the Aaron's way. Nobody beats Aaron's, nobody.
Champion Windows, or call 770-817-1953 for Champion.
.436 to go in the ball game. We're tied at 31. Georgia and Florida here in Jacksonville. Pause for our station identification on the Bulldogs Radio Network. Kickoff by Blair Walsh from the near hash. Long, deep, high in the end zone. Rainey's going to run it out 3 yards deep to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. Tries to run past our coverage. He's still on his feet at the 30, breaking tackles to the 36-yard line. That was way too much. That last touchdown, a miraculous throw and catch by Murray to A.J. Green. That touchdown was brought to you by AirTran Airways, the official airline of the away game. Rainey brought down on the kick return by Sean Williams at the 36-yard line. So the Dogs went 43 yards in 7 plays, 15-yard touchdown pass from Murray. Don't forget Brandon Boykin set up that score with a 50-yard kickoff return.
And we got a chance to see that last touchdown from a different angle. Florida played cover 2, and Murray was able to throw that ball right over the linebacker Bostic for the touchdown.
Burton at quarterback, going to keep it and run with it straight ahead near the 40-yard line. Going to pick up about 4. Darrell Gamble, the linebacker, made the tackle. Our senior from Bainbridge makes the stop. Clock at 4:12 and moving. Bulldog football brought to you by BB&T, best bank in town since 1872.
Boy, it seems like all night that dive right up the middle just gets 4 or 5 yards. Dogs in with dime personnel.
They crowd the line. Brantley's the quarterback. Here comes pressure. Brantley will throw. Caught at the 45. Tackled at the 46 or 47. Hines made the catch for the Gators. And Boykin and Rambo converged to make the tackle. But he may have the first down. I think he did get it. He did. He got just across the 46-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Gators.
This Gator offensive line has shored itself up after the first 2 series. We had 2 big sacks to start the game. Nothing since then. Or maybe 1 since then.
Burton's the quarterback. Fakes the handoff to Demps, who runs wide to the right. And Burton runs straight ahead onto the SEC logo towards the middle of the field. And will gain a handful of yards to the 48. He got a couple. Give him 2. 2nd down and 8 for Florida. With 3:18 to go, Gators moving. Chaz Henry, remember, is their makeshift field goal kicker. He's their punter, but their kicker is hurt. He just made his first field goal in 3 games just moments ago. Brandley covered up, sacked back at the 38. We just piled all over him with Darrell Gamble. Justin Houston came in later. Tyson came in later. Tripp came in later, but it was Darrell Gamble with the big, fat, juicy sack all the way back to the 38.
Boy, when we brought the house there, I brought both middle linebackers right up the A-gaps. Free safety came on top of that.
Did they drop a flag? Is there a flag on the play? Officials are discussing something back where Brantley was brought down at the 38-yard line. We'll see if Matt Austin's going to give us an explanation. Here's the referee. Is he going to? I guess not.
Prior to the snap, false start, 73 offense, 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
Wow. Holy smokes. Yeah, like 1993 all over again. The phantom timeout. There was the phantom.
Please reset the game clock.
The phantom penalty.
3:06.
Oh, geez.
3:06.
Xavier Nixon flagged for the penalty. that may have saved Florida a little bit. We'll see. Second down. They back them up 5 yards, back at the 43-yard line. Brantley's the quarterback. Gators with 3:06 to go. We're tied at 31 here in Jacksonville. Brantley walks up to the line of scrimmage. Plenty of time on the play clock. Georgia crowd starting to make noise. There's the snap in the shotgun. Brantley with pressure steps up in the pocket and throws. It is caught in Georgia territory at the 43 by Hammond. Frankie Hammond made the catch at the Georgia 43. Gets near the 40. Bakari Rambo made the hit, but he got the first down.
Boy, another good surge by the Georgia defensive line. Just not quite able to get to him, and Brantley's able to scoot up in the pocket and deliver a nice ball on an in route.
17 yards on the pass play. First down, Florida. Remember, their field goal kicking game is kind of in shambles right now. But there's still plenty of time, 2:25 to go, and the Gators aren't thinking about a field goal at this point. Brantley's the quarterback, split the backfield, play fake to Rainey, wants to throw it deep down the side. No, he dumps it off on the right side, belted at the line of scrimmage on the far side of the field. Rainey hit by Marcus Doughton and hit hard. He faked the long throw and just dumped it off to the right. And Rainey gets nothing out of it and gets smacked in the face to boot.
Boy, we were manned up outside, but good coverage on the two deep patterns the Gators had. Brantley forced to throw that check down and threw it a little bit behind Rainey. He had to spin around to catch it, and when he got turned back around, there was a dog right there to meet him.
1:43 to play, 2nd and 10 for the Gators. Burton's the quarterback, takes it, cuts upfield, 38, 36, maybe the 35 as he cut as soon as he saw a gap. Running to the near side, Burton gets near the 35-yard line before he's hit by Akeem Dent, who collects another tackle. It is 3rd down for the Gators from the Georgia 35. We're at 80 seconds to go in a tie ball game. Dogs shuffle defensive players in and out. Doughton comes out. Jordan Love comes in for another secondary man. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for the Gators. Brantley's the quarterback. Drops back in the shotgun, throws, passes high and incomplete. Trying to go to Carl Moore, at the 25. Moore went up, it slipped through his fingers. Cummings in coverage for Georgia. That brings up 4th down for Florida from the 35, 4th and 5 with the clock stopped with 63 seconds remaining.
Boy, and Brantley had his man too. We were man-to-man down the field and just a little curl route, but that ball sailed on Brantley. Too high for his guy to go get.
Gators are going to call a timeout, I believe. Their team is huddling on the sideline. Well, kind of a timeout that's not a timeout. They're letting the play clock tick down. It's at 5 seconds. It's at 3 seconds. And they take the flag. They take the delay penalty purposely.
Play of game, offense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Back them up to the 40. So it'll be 4th and 10 from the 40. And the Gators apparently will punt and play for overtime. Down to the sidelines quickly to Chuck Dowdle. Chuck?
Yeah, Scott, that was strictly because Georgia has a great weapon in Blair Walsh. Otherwise, you're in 4-down territory for Florida. But they could not afford to give Georgia the ball there where they had short fields and just put him in position.
Henry kicks it high, wants it to hang. Logan Gray's back deep, a beautiful spiral. And Gray doesn't even get near it. He just stands on the 10 and watches it as the Gators field it inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. So what is that, a 46-yard punt? No, not quite that far. They were kicking from the 40-yard line or the 45? He got it inside the 5-yard line down to the 4, and that's where the Dogs will go on offense. 54 seconds to try and untie the game. Blair Walsh on the sidelines for Georgia, as Chuck just pointed out, a tremendous weapon for the Dogs. But you got a little work to do before you get anywhere near midfield in his range. 31-31. Dogs backed up on their own 4-yard line.
Dogs have got 2 timeouts. Gators have got 3, so the Gators can still try to stop this clock as well if we can't get any yardage.
High formation. Caleb King's the tailback. Take care of the ball. Snap to Murray. Hand off to Caleb. Running straight ahead. Collision at the 6 and down right there. King for 2 yards. And the Dogs use a time, or Florida?
First time out of the half. Be a 30-second timeout.
Sanders made the hit on Caleb King after a 2-yard pickup. So 2nd and 8 from the 6 for Georgia now. And the Gators burn one of their 3 timeouts, as you heard, with only 49 seconds to go here in Jacksonville, at least in regulation. Let's go to our Bulldog Network studios and David Shoemate for a Charter on-demand scoreboard update. David?
All right, thank you, Scott. Auburn adding to their lead. Cameron Newton finds Darvin Adams from 24 yards out. It's now 24-14. Tigers up by 10 in Oxford. 6:51 to play till halftime. For Newton, that's 1 receiving, 1 throwing, might be 1 rushing before the end of the night.
Oh, yeah, you know it's coming. So Auburn trying to pull away from Ole Miss on the road. Georgia and Florida, meantime, locked up in a 31-31 contest with only 49 seconds to go. We've got 2nd down and 8 coming up from our own 6-yard line.
Tell you what, you've got A.J. one-on-one. You know they're going to use their timeouts. I wouldn't mind seeing a shot.
King, play fake. Murray wants to throw. He will throw. Oh, the pass is tipped at the line of scrimmage. Trying to go to, is that Wooten? No, it's Charles, Orson Charles, who has over 100 yards today in pass receiving for the first time in his career. 108 yards for him. Tavares King has 104. But the tip pass lands incomplete. Omar Hunter out of Buford, Georgia, and Buford High School is the player who tipped it. That brings up 3rd down and 8. More importantly, the clock stopped with only 44 seconds left.
But it's exactly the right thought process right there. You've got Florida that has 2 timeouts left. They're going to stop the clock anyway. May as well take a shot.
Green and King to the near side. Dogs in the shotgun. Here comes the blitz. Hand it off. Run it straight ahead. The pile moving to the 7, to the 8, to the 9 maybe. It was Caleb King on the handoff. And that chewed up a little bit of time, but Florida uses another timeout.
Florida, the 2nd time out of the half.
Tratto made the stop for the Gator defense. Dogs will have to kick it away from their own 8-yard line. They got a couple on that push by Caleb King. Riggs was also in on the stop for Florida. There was a pile of them over there. 31-31, Georgia, Florida, tied here in Jacksonville with 37 seconds to go in regulation. And the Dogs will need a big old booming punt from Drew Butler.
Boy, if there was ever time for one, it's right now. I wouldn't mind seeing this one sail about 20 yards over his head and then roll for another 20 yards.
If he has another 75-yarder in that leg. Janoris Jenkins will be the return man for the Gators. He averages 8.6 a return, as long as 33. Butler will be kicking it out of the end zone. There's the snap. Drew gets it away. High kick, spiraling into Florida territory. Jenkins calls for a fair catch at the 42-yard line. A 50-yard punt. Can't ask for much more than that. 30 seconds to go. The Gators near midfield at their own 42-yard line. And remember, their kicking game is in somewhat disarray. They don't have their usual kicker in Sturgis. Chaz Henry having to do double duty as the punter and the place kicker. And he's had a limited amount of success. But it may come down to a try by him. We'll see. 1st and 10 for the Gators.
Gators still with 1 timeout left. They've got a lot of ground to chew up, though, or they need to get into field goal range with 30 seconds left.
Brantley's the quarterback, goes back into the shotgun. Drops back, here comes pressure from the edge. Brantley slides to his right, throws on the run, and it is dropped by the intended receiver at the 45-yard line. That was Hammond. Frankie Hammond tried to catch it on his right hip, running towards the Florida sideline, unable to gather it in and hang on. He dropped it. It'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 42. The clock stopped at 24 seconds.
And good coverage there by Jordan Love in fine position to make the play.
Brantley, the quarterback. Bring him in motion to the near side. That's Hammond. Shotgun snap to Brantley. Drops back to pass with time in the pocket. Throws. Oh, almost intercepted. Holy smokes. Bakari Rambo just seemed to be completely surprised that the ball was coming in his direction. There was no white shirt anywhere around. Rambo deflected the ball, couldn't get the pick. Boy, would that have been huge.
Boy, no idea who John Brantley is throwing that football to, because you're right, absolutely nobody was there. except for Georgia's shirts.
Sean Williams was behind Rambo. If Rambo doesn't deflect it, then Sean Williams probably makes the interception. Instead, it's 3rd down and 10. Trey Burton, the quarterback. Clock stopped at 20. Burton's going to play fake and run it. Straight ahead to the 45. 16 seconds to go. Dogs stop the clock with a timeout. Going to bring up 4th down for Florida.
Timeout, Georgia. Their second timeout of the half. It'll be a 30-second timeout.
Ball is on the Gator 45-yard line. It's 4th and 7 for Florida. 16 seconds remain in this one. We call a time as the Gators will punt it back to us. I'm guessing that they'll punt it back to us. You just don't know. It's 31-31 here with 16 seconds to go in the contest in regulation.
Boy, how big would that interception have been by Bakari Rambo if somehow he could have found a way to keep his hands on it, because he could have run forever if he would have caught that pass.
All right, here's Henry out again to line up in punt formation. Dogs kept their defense out there just in case. Now they send on the punt unit. Brandon Smith will go back deep as the receive man for Georgia. Chaz Henry, there's the snap. He's going to run a little bit to his right, kick it. Line drive, wobbling spiral. Smith bobbles it at the 6, picks it up. Heads this way, going to be covered up at around the 5 or the 6 yard line. Dangerous fielding inside the 10 down there. Clock down to 3 seconds. And Georgia will have it on the 6 yard line again. So I would imagine, what do? You take a shot or just take a knee and play for overtime on this last play?
Probably just take a knee here, but I think everybody that's wearing red and black just had their heart skip a beat when that ball hit the ground.
Fortunately, coverage wasn't any better than it was. Brandon Smith had a little bit of time as he bobbled the catch on the punt, but he got a good bounce. It went right back to him, and he was able to cover it up and keep possession of the ball, and the Dogs have it 1st and 10 on the 6. 3 seconds to go in the ball game. And the Dogs up to the line of scrimmage. We're headed to overtime. The Dogs will cover up Aaron Murray. He'll take the snap and kneel down. And for the first time in this series, Georgia and Florida will play some free football. Overtime in Jacksonville. Georgia 31 and Florida 31. We go to overtime here at Everbank Field on the Georgia Bulldogs radio network.
When the going gets tough, it's time to hunker down, you hairy dogs. Time to take what the other guys can dish out, crank it up a notch.
Scott Howard, Eric Zier, Chuck Dowdle back at Everbank Field here in Jacksonville. 31-31 overtime as the Bulldogs and the Gators have played to a tie in regulation. The Dogs were down 21-7 at halftime. A tremendous second-half effort by Georgia to force the extra session. Chuck Dowdle on the field. We will listen in on the toss here for the overtime. Let's go down to Chuck.
All right, Scott. Georgia's captain's heading out here to the middle of the field. Gators captain's meeting them. Everybody's shaking hands here. And here we go.
We got a great hard-foot football game. Let's keep it up, okay? Keep it up in overtime. Okay, Florida, you're the visiting team. You're going to call the toss just like before the game. Heads, tails. If I drop it, I'll do it again. Heads is the call. And it is heads. You won the toss. You are on defense. Guys, which end of the field?
We're defending.
Okay. White over there. Red.
Okay, you heard that. Georgia is going to play deep. Georgia will get the ball on offense to start.
Florida has won the toss and opted to play defense. Georgia will have the ball 1st and 10.
And obviously, Scott, you're in a situation now where, if you score the touchdown, as you pointed out, their kicking game's not that great. So you got an opportunity really to put the pressure on them.
And Chuck, during that, I felt like Michael Buffer needed to be out there with you as you stuck the microphone in there. But during that toss, the whole Georgia team lined up on the sideline, arm in arm, and started swaying back and forth, doing some kind of a dance to get themselves all jacked up and fired up and ready to go. But the Dogs have a chance here, Eric, to set the tone in overtime. They're on offense, and they'll start from the 25.
Yeah, they do. And in these overtime situations, you get the ball first, a chance to score and put the pressure on. not a bad position to be in. We've got the momentum coming off of that second half, the great run that we had. See if we can carry it over and stick one in the end zone.
Dogs 4-2 in their history in overtime. Our last overtime game, we remember that one, 2007 at Alabama. The Dogs won it with Matthew Stafford to Mikey Henderson. All right, 1st and 10 from the 25. Dogs on offense. Murray, play fake, will drop back to throw, going for the far corner, and it is incomplete. Trying to go to Chris Durham in the far corner with Ahmad Black covering, and the pass is incomplete. So we went for a strike right off the bat.
Boy, good coverage there by Ahmad Black, though. Really nowhere to put that football. Chris Durham does a good job of breaking it up.
Tony wants to go to A.J. Green. 2nd and 10 from the 25. There goes A.J. out to the right side. We'll see if you're right. Caleb King, the lone setback, lined up 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Tavares King to the near side. Murray will hand it off to Caleb King. King wrapped up at the 24-yard line after a gain of 1. Well, the thing that Georgia feels comfortable about is number 57. Even if they don't do a lot offensively here, they still have that weapon on the sideline in Blair Walsh.
No question, but you want to give yourself more than just 3 shots at it.
Sure,
right?
yeah.
And you want to get down a little bit closer than what this would be, a 41, 42-yard field goal. You want to give yourself as much opportunity as you can.
3rd and 9 from the 24. We're in overtime. Georgia and Florida tied at 31. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Murray back into the shotgun. Play clock down to 4. There's the snap. Murray in the pocket, throws over the middle, and it is tipped and intercepted. Intercepted by Hill. Florida running on the far sideline. 50, 45, 40. We need to stop him. 25. Murray tries to tackle him, still on his feet. Gonna go. Did he fumble it? No signal. Florida's jumping on him over in the far corner. No, he didn't get there. He did not get there. They never signaled touchdown. He did not get there.
We're going to have to take a look at this one, too. I'm sure this is going back up to the booth.
Ruling on the field, the ball carrier went out of bounds at the 1-yard line. It'll be Florida's ball, 1st and 10.
Florida's ball, 1st and 10 from the 25. Back on the other end as we continue the overtime.
And we're taking a look at the replay.
The previous play is under further review.
That was Will Hill with his 2nd interception, who nearly took it the distance. And that certainly would have won the game.
A long ways away.
But did he step out of bounds before he got the ball in the end zone?
And taking a look at the replay, it looks like he did step out of bounds.
Right there, yeah, at about the 4, it looked like. That foot went out. That was the call on the field. So they'll need inconclusive or conclusive evidence to overturn the call. Tavares King is the man that chased him down. Well, what do they say? Never give up. It would have been easy to give up on that. If he gets to the end zone, they win the game. Murray kind of tripped him up a little bit and slowed him down and allowed King to finish him off. And it does look like he stepped out of bounds before he got to the end zone. So now it's a situation where all the Gators need is a field goal to win it here in overtime.
And now you go back to the troubles they've had in the kicking game. And, we just have to come up and step up and keep them at that 25-yard line, force this into a long field goal situation, worst-case scenario.
Looking at the replay, they zoom in. He's clearly out of bounds. In the replay we just looked at the 4-yard line as Tavares King was able to bump him out. But Will Hill with his 2nd interception. 3rd pick of the game by the redshirt freshman, Aaron Murray. That pass was tipped, batted up high in the air, and Hill caught it off the tip and then headed for the far sideline and tried to get to the house with it. But looks like Georgia prevented him from doing that.
It's always one of the tough passes to make. You get flushed out of the pocket a little bit. You're trying to make a play, and he was kind of Aaron was sliding to his left a little bit, trying to throw it back across the middle of the field.
The ruling on the field is confirmed. The ball carrier stepped out of bounds short of the goal line. It's Florida's ball, 1st and 10 and 25.
So there's the explanation from Matt Austin. So now the Dogs has got to play some defense. and keep the Gators off the board. If they score any variety, they win the game. 31-31. We're in overtime. Florida's offense today compiling 444 yards on 74 plays from scrimmage, 228 on the ground, 216 through the air. You can bet they're going to go right back to the running attack right here. They've got no clock to worry about. Trey Burton, the quarterback, in the shotgun. There's the snap. He'll hand it off to Rainey, running straight ahead for about 3. They got a decent push there. They'll spot it at the 22, it would look like, as Dents and D'Angelo Tyson make the stop for Georgia.
Just that fullback dive. They've run that play on first down throughout the football game, averaging about 4.5 yards every time they run that play on first down.
Brantley, the quarterback. They split 2 men out to the right and 2 to the left. Burton's in the backfield, offset to the left to Brantley. Second down from the 22. Snap to Brantley in the pocket. Will throw right corner, and it is broken up in the far corner by Sean Williams. He got over there to make a nice defensive play, tried to go to Rainey deep in the right corner of the end zone, and Williams, the safety from Damascus, got over there to break it up.
Rainey just trying to run a little corner route. That ball was thrown inside, allowed Williams to get over to make the play.
Gators huddle up about 2 yards behind the line. Kind of a half-hearted huddle, actually. Burton's the quarterback. 2 backs off to his left. Lined up behind each other, behind the left tackle. Drop back to Burton. He's going to throw it in the left flat to Demps. Demps, a little shake and bake and out of bounds at the 20, maybe the 19-yard line, into the Georgia sideline. And here comes the field goal unit for Florida.
That was just a play to move the chains, move the ball a little bit closer to give Henry a little better shot here at the field goal.
He'll kick from the near hash. That's the left hash in the direction Florida's headed. From the 27, a 37-yarder. He missed 2 against Mississippi State, including the game-winning attempt. Chaz Henry in the overtime, and
timeout, Georgia. Their first time out of overtime.
Georgia going to make Henry think about it a little bit. Henry was going to line up, try to win the game on a 37-yard field goal from the near hash, but he'll have to think about it a little bit longer as the Dogs call a time. 31-31, we're in the first overtime. Gators stopped Georgia's offensive effort in overtime with a Will Hill interception and nearly about a 90-yard return for a score. But we knocked him out of bounds barely at the 4-yard line. Now our defense has done as much as it can do right now, and the Gators are trying to line up for a game-winning field goal here in overtime.
And A.J. Green is in the game right now. He's the jumper, trying to get up and block this kick. He did block one last year as well. Let's see if he can recreate it and do it this year.
He blocked it against Arizona State last year in Athens. Maybe it happens again here in Jacksonville. On the 37, or on the 27, excuse me, for a 37-yard try from the near hash. Chaz Henry to win the game for Florida. There's the snap and the hold and the kick. It is away, and it is good. "37-yard field goal by Chaz Henry. He comes through for Florida, and the Gators win it in overtime, 34-31. Florida players celebrating, Georgia players dejectedly walking towards the locker room, some just standing on the sidelines and staring in disbelief as the Gators win it again. That's 18 out of the last 21. 34-31 the final. Florida over Georgia in overtime. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network. We're down by a touchdown and an extra point. Snap to Murray in the shotgun. Throws over the middle. A.J. Green! Touchdown! In traffic! Right in the middle of the end zone.
That touchdown pass from Aaron Murray to A.J. Green brought us within one. Blair Walsh's extra point tied the score, made it 31 all, and that's right there is our AT&T play of the game, our call of the game. AT&T, rethink possible. Well, hi, everybody. Welcome back to Jacksonville, where once again Lucy has yanked the ball from Charlie Brown. Dogs lose it 34-31 in overtime. Our Texaco star player of the game today is Orson Charles. Orson with 6 catches for 108 yards and 1 touchdown. However, Georgia falls to Florida. We'll come back. We'll talk to Scott Howard and Eric Zier, catch up with Coach Richt and Chuck Dowdle in the Georgia locker room. A disappointed Georgia locker room, to be sure, as the Dogs lose to Florida today. Thanks to the folks at Texaco, people who know cars trust the unbeatable cleaning power of Texaco with Techron to clean vital engine parts and help keep their cars running great. Texaco with Techron. More from Jacksonville after these words. Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
You don't really think about stability until you don't have it.
Well, I certainly don't. 24-10, Georgia outscores Florida in the second half here in Jacksonville, but in overtime we lose it 34-31. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Regions Bank Locker Room Show, along with Scott Howard, Eric Zier. You've got Neil Williamson, and thanks to Regions Bank, the official bank of the Southeastern Conference. Let's go downstairs now to the locker room with Chuck Dowdle and Coach Richt. AT&T sponsors the first question. AT&T, rethink possible. Chuck?
Well, Coach, certainly not the result that any of us had wanted, but, you know, I think that referee said it best when he went to flip the coin there before the overtime. He said, men, we've got a great college football game going here.
Oh, yeah, it was that. Can't question anybody's effort. Can't question anybody's heart or competitive nature. We did all those things. We just didn't get the job done at the end in overtime, obviously. And, you know, they did. So credit to them.
The difference between the first half and the second half, particularly Aaron Murray was more on target. It just seemed like things seemed to click a lot better offensively for you in the second half.
Yeah, we felt like everything that we had planned was a good plan. You know, got started off a little bit rocky, and Aaron, I wouldn't necessarily say he was shook, but he didn't get a real solid start. And we just let him know that, you know, you got to just settle in there, trust your protection just a little bit better, and start, you know, putting it on the money, and we'll be fine. And that's about what happened. We protected pretty well. We were throwing and catching well. At times we ran the ball well when we needed to in the second half, and did a good job.
I noticed to early going, was there no huddle a problem, or did it create any problems, or what's the biggest thing dealing with that?
Well, what they were doing, they were going with the no huddle pace and a pretty quick pace most of the time. And there was a plan for, you know, when they had someone in there at quarterback besides number 12. And what they were doing early on was starting out with maybe, you know, number 8 in the backfield as the quarterback, and we had to check for that. And then they would actually, you know, have number 12 jump in there and play quarterback, you know, shift back into there. And so we had to make sure we were ready to go back to the original call, because we had some original calls when 12 was in the game, but then check if 8 was in the game at quarterback. But that was the first time they went from 8 to putting 12 back in the game as the true quarterback. So we had to go from some of those wildcat calls back to our base calls. And, you know, once we got a hang of what they were doing, you know, we were able to get the right calls in at the right time. But it took us a little while to, you know, figure that one out a little bit.
Look, a loss is tough, and I know these young men are hurting right now, but you've got to have a certain amount of pride in the way they fought back. I mean, down 2 scores at the half, and they fought back to tie the game twice in the second half.
Right. There's no question about their fight, and their effort tonight. It was beautiful. I mean, it was just great to see our boys get after it. And you want to come out of here with the win. I mean, I came in here feeling like a victory would land us in Atlanta. I still believe that scenario could have happened, and so we knew we were playing for an awful lot. And even the just a win here was going to be a very important thing for everybody, players and fans alike. But it didn't happen, and again, we'll give them the credit.
All right, I'm going to give you a chance to take a break here. We'll go away for a commercial, and Hondo, when we come back, we'll talk some more with Coach.
Very good, Chuck. Thank you. 34-31, Florida in OT knocks off the Bulldogs tonight. Very disappointed Coach Richt, as you can hear, as much of the Bulldog Nation is. But a great fight put up by his players tonight, as Coach Richt said. A great fight. And no loss of heart by the guys. We'll come back with more from the Regions Bank Locker Room Show after these words. This is the Georgia Bulldog Radio Network. Back with the Regions Bank Locker Room Show. This segment with Coach Richt is presented by the Georgia Farm Bureau, the Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance Companies. Real auto, home, and life coverage. Helping you is what we do best. Now let's go back down to the locker room with Chuck Dowdle. Chuck?
Thanks, Hondo. Coach, in the first half, turnovers, which is something that Georgia had really been great on the past 3 weeks. But, those things happen, and right off the bat, they get a big pick. But the defense stood in there and made them come away with nothing.
Right. That initial pick could have really hurt us bad. But to get the defense to get a stop and then to miss the field goal was huge for us. And, it was kind of turned out to be a little bit of a wash. But, the bottom line is we had 3 turnovers in the first half, and they had 1. And you're going to find yourself digging out of a hole if that's the case. And I just told the guys at halftime that we're a very good football team. And I had no doubt in my mind that we can come back and win it. And I just felt like if we would just settle down and play ball, treat it like it was 0-0, we would come back and we'd get ourselves back in the game and win it. We did everything but win it. But, the guys fought real hard and certainly represented everybody well. And we just it was one of those games where somebody had to lose, and unfortunately it was us.
You in that final quarter, and Florida's got their quarterback. I guess it was Burton, the true freshman, and he broke it open and took it to the house, and that sort of changed the complexion of the game. Although we were able to come right back down and get 7, but that sort of lifted them up.
Yeah, it did. But like you say, it didn't ruin our spirit at all. As a matter of fact, our kick return team did a beautiful job of getting a good return and giving us an opportunity to have a short field and do what we needed to do to get right back in the thing and kick the extra point to tie it up. And so that's just what happens sometimes. I mean, you get into a game like that, and a play's going to break out, but when it does, the offense has got to rise to the occasion and go back and score, which we did. Got it to overtime, and just did not. They made the play, and we didn't. But I say this too: even that interception they had, just the effort that the guys gave to keep him from scoring. I mean, the game was over then, and we get a guy to go out on the 1-yard line because guys wouldn't quit, and gave her a chance to play defense again. That was another thing that was pretty admirable. You don't want the pick, but. Everybody could have just laid down right then, but they did not.
Talk a little bit about the overtime and the series. You took the shot in the corner right off the bat.
Right. We knew. Well, we weren't sure, but we were pretty sure we were going to get a matchup with their safety on our wide receiver Durham, and we felt like that was going to be a good situation. Earlier in the game, we ran AJ in motion, and their cornerback stayed with him, and then all of a sudden, the outside receiver became Durham. One-on-one with the safety, and we felt like that was a good matchup. It was worthy of a shot. I think if we'd have placed that ball a little bit better, I think Chris would have had a great opportunity to make a play on the ball. And then we came back, ran one, got a couple, and then third down, you're trying to get first downs. You're trying to get in position to score touchdowns because a field goal may not be what it takes. And when you're in those situations, you just got to play ball. And they got some pressure, and Ball got tipped up in the air and got picked.
They did a good job on A.J. Green for quite a few minutes, but you're not going to hold that guy down for long, and he had a couple of terrific catches for you, including the one for the touchdown that tied it.
Yeah, he had at least 5 catches, I guess, with a touchdown, and we'd probably like to get more out of him, but I think we had a couple other receivers with over 100 yards apiece. King had over 100, and I think Orson had over 100 yards receiving, and sometimes that's how a game will go like that if you feel like there's some other matchups that have been provided for you. But AJ still did a nice job today.
And finally, before I let you go, as disappointing as this is, these guys, and you know them better than anybody, they'll strap it on, get right back after it again next week.
Well, they will, because that's what we do. That's what we do, and we're gonna. I talked to them about, deciding how you're gonna react to this thing, and it's been there's been some tough losses this season, no doubt, and we've had some, very big disappointments, and then we were, moving in the right direction, getting a lot of momentum, actually getting back into the SEC Eastern Division race, and a victory here could have put us in position to be in Atlanta, and so now we got to sit there and realize that more than likely that dream's over, and we just got to go win some games.
Coach, thank you, and we'll see you next week.
All right, Chuck.
So there you go, Hondo. Again, the final, 34-31 in overtime, and it was a tough one. Coach battling a little bit of a little bug of some sort, and believe me, that right now that's the least of his concerns. These young men are obviously hurting, and he's mostly concerned about them.
Yeah, I'm sure he is, and I'm sure that most of the Bulldog Nation is hurting. Thank you, Chuck. Thank you to Coach Rick for joining us so immediately after the overtime loss to Florida. 34-31. We'll have more of the Regions Bank Locker Room Show following these words. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network. Clenching our teeth to get through the Regions Bank Locker Room Show here in Jacksonville. 34-31 Florida with the overtime win, despite the Dogs having a great second half and battling back several times to tie the game and force the OT. We would like to tell you about this week's game ball recipient. It's 13-year-old Kabish Buffington from Gainesville, Georgia. On August 4th, Kabish was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia, and Kabish is receiving treatments at the Aflac Cancer Center of Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. Kabish attends Gainesville Middle School, where his favorite subjects are social studies and math. Kabish loves all sports, but his favorite is football. He's also an avid fisherman and loves doing this with his 2 brothers and 2 sisters. Hey, Kabish, you find a special place for this game ball, okay, buddy? It's from Coach Rick just for you. And the Bulldog Nation is pulling for you, and we hope that you have a happy Halloween as well, Kabish. Through the Children's Miracle Network, Kroger has agreed to donate $19,300 today to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. That brings our season-long total to date to $173,000. Thank you to the good folks at Kroger for their generosity to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. Scott Howard and Eric Zier join us next as we continue with the Regions Bank Locker Room Show. We'll talk about tonight's game, try to get some last thoughts about that before we throw it to the beautiful Hotel Indigo, where Jeff Dantzler and David Green will take your calls in just a bit. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network. The Regions Bank Locker Room continues from Jacksonville and Everbank Stadium on the banks of the St. Johns River, where tonight our Bulldogs have given the valiant effort and rallied mightily to force overtime, unfortunately falling in OT 34-31 to Florida. Thanks to the folks at Regions Bank, the official bank of the Southeastern Conference. And joining us once again, our play-by-play team of Scott Howard and Eric Zier. And Scott, we out-everything them except in turnovers. You look at, yards first down, third down conversions, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, but that's the big one, the turnovers that you mentioned. 4 turnovers by Georgia today and only 1 by Florida. And in the end, Florida basically accounted for 17 points. Now, they got 14 points off our turnovers in the first half. And then that last one in overtime took 3 away from us, you got to think, and then gave them the opportunity to get the 3 to win the ball game. So if you want to look at it like that, our 4 turnovers cost us 17 points in a 34-31 game.
It's just a devastating loss. You know, we've been coming down here for quite some time now over the past 20 years. I've played in a number of these, and I'll tell you, this one stings as much. The one game that I played in that just stung unbelievably so was the game in 1993 where it rained, where we had a chance to win. And I'll tell you, sitting up in the booth, I feel exactly the same way I feel back then playing, where it was in your grasp to take home, and you just can't find a way to go win and pull it out. It's a tough one to swallow.
Yeah, Eric Zier threw 66 passes in the rain that day in the old Gator Bowl on the site of this current stadium. Aaron Murray tonight, Eric. Aaron Murray with 3 unfortunate interceptions. He matched a career high with 18 completions. He set a career high with 313 passing yards.
Yeah, you know, after the first half, where he came out, the first pass that he threw was intercepted. Good play by Florida defensively. It's a 3-step hitch. You drop back and you let that one go. It was just a good play defensively. But then after that, I think he got a little rattled. But the way he came back in the second half, settled down, brought this football team back time and time again, made some big throws. The touchdown pass to A.J. Green is as good as you're going to see. They were playing cover 2. Bostic, the Florida linebacker, was running with A.J. and had him covered up pretty well. Aaron threw that thing back shoulder. That's a big-time throw. In a very tough game. So he did a lot of very, very good things. You're going to look at the turnovers. That's what he's going to look at. I'm sure he's not going to sleep very well tonight when you have turnovers like that. But he grew up a lot in this game as well. Tough first half, came back the second half, played great football in the second half. Just unfortunate that they caught a couple too many that we threw.
I think the fact that we didn't have 100% healthy Ely also kind of affected the fact that we weren't able to run the ball a little bit more than probably what we had planned to. We ended up with 34 carries. You know, Alabama beat these guys running it 49 times. LSU ran it 47 times. It was just pound, pound, pound. And Georgia didn't have his 2 horses completely healthy tonight. And, you know, if you're looking for reasons, I think that may be a little bit of a reason, too. Ely ended up with 11 carries for 37 yards, but he was far from healthy. His knee's a little banged up.
Yeah, and we were playing from behind.
Right.
For so much of the game, we had to put the ball in the air quite a bit, especially in the fourth quarter. And Caleb is certainly the better blocker of the 2 when it comes to providing protection for Aaron Murray, and especially in the blitz situations that we saw time and again from Florida tonight, Eric.
Yeah, it was all game long that Florida was bringing linebackers up the A gap. They were coming right up the middle and had cross dogs going, so they were bringing 2 linebackers most of the night. Switched that up, started coming outside a little bit later on in the game, but you're right. Our running backs, our offensive line, give them a lot of credit. Under a lot of heat and a lot of pressure, they stood up very well, gave Aaron time to throw the football, and Caleb back there blocking also stood up and just did a great job. I can without seeing any of the film and just off of memory here, I think we missed one block, and it was the one that Aaron fumbled the football on, where he kind of spun around it and tuck it when he was getting sacked. That ball popped out. I think that was the one block that we missed from a running back standpoint with a blitzing linebacker. And to throw it the number of times that we did, and they blitzed all night long, all day long, they stood up and did a very good job.
Whole lot of coulda, woulda, shouldas in this game, including Florida's fumble back on its own 11-yard line that Georgia had a chance to fall on, instead tried to pick up and run, and Florida was able to recover it on the 14 for a 3-yard gain, much to our chagrin. When I look at the drive chart, guys, this one kind of jumps out at me, and of course I've crinkled it up in anger here. And that is that Florida started 4 drives in Georgia territory, started at the 49 twice, at the 41 once, and the 29. And this is something that, Eric, you and I have spoken about numerous times. When you look back now at this year, last year, the year previous, against Kentucky and against Florida, we keep setting these guys up in our side of the field time and again. Well, 4 times, 3 times, 4 times, 3 times. When you look back over these years, a couple of years ago against Florida, where we set them up on like the 1, the 13, and the 29, and people get mad at the defense and the defensive coordinator, but heck, you can't keep putting guys in that position.
It makes it tough, and and that's a result of the turnovers. It's also a result of Chris Rainey, too, being back on the other side and his kickoff return.
He had one, but the others were turnovers.
Others were turnovers. Yeah. But you're right, Hondo. It makes it tough on a team. When you turn the football over, not only are you giving that opposing offense additional shots to put points on the board, you change the momentum of the game. You get their crowd into it, and you set them up in good field position most of the time. Yeah. And that's why it is so critical that you have to win it. I mean, we talk about keys of the game. We talked about it before this game. Every week, that should be number one, is we've got to win the turnover battle, because if we do that and we do what we're supposed to holding on to the football and we create turnovers, we're going to win most of those games. And it happened here tonight. We saw it last week in reverse, where Kentucky was the ones that gave us coughed the ball up a number of times. Today we're on the opposite side of that. The fact that we're in this football game and take it to overtime is a testament to how hard these guys fought today. But it's tough to win football games when you turn it over like that.
Scott Howard, I know that a lot of people didn't like looking at the schedule and seeing Idaho State on there, but I'll tell you what, I'm darn glad we're playing Idaho State next week, because it's going to be tough for our guys to get the air back in the balloon, I would think.
Yeah, mentally it might be a serious challenge for the coaching staff for the week to get ready to play a Division 1 AA opponent, and the crowd's probably going to be a little flat next week. I mean, there are a lot of reasons, but that's a game that you really have to overcome all your demons to play that one well, to get you prepared to play the number one team in the country the following week on the road in Auburn. So, Georgia can't afford to just, as a word seems to be coming back today, lollygag through the week in their preparation for Idaho State. I don't think they'll do that, but certainly the formula is there to be a little bit flat for next week.
Yeah, it really is. And Hondo, I agree with you. A loss like this, it does take the wind out of the sails. If you had to play Auburn next week, boy, that would be tough. To get a chance, it's going to be a tough week no matter what. And getting the energy level up to play Idaho State, that's going to be tough. But I'd rather have that challenge in front of me than to get this team up to go play Auburn. Because Auburn is they're going to give you all you want. And listen, we can turn some things around just by beating Auburn. You beat the number one team in the country. That's something to boast about. So we're going to get up for that. You've got Tech after that as well. So you've got games to get up for, and still a lot to play for. But boy, I'll tell you, it's going to be a tough ride home.
Yeah, you still want to get to that 6-win level just so you can make yourself eligible for a bowl game, because that's certainly a point of pride. When everything else seems to be out the window, you still got to shoot for that, and Georgia still has that opportunity.
No doubt. And if we get to 6 wins, Dogs will go to a bowl, because the SEC has so many great ties to 10 different bowls, if I'm not mistaken, 10 different bowl opportunities. Well, gentlemen, thank you very much. Great job today, and an exciting yet disappointing finish. But an exciting game. Great job, Scott. Eric, thank you.
Thanks, Hondo.
All right, very good. And thanks to Chuck Dowdle for providing the sideline reports and the locker room coverage here in the Regions Bank Locker Room Show. We'd also like to thank Tony Schiavone, our spotter here in Jacksonville. David Shoemate, who's provided us with the scores all day long and done a great job of twisting the dials and knobs back in the Bulldog studios. And here in Jacksonville, Charles Youngs, our ever-present producer engineer, does a fabulous job. For the entire radio crew, this is Neil Hondo Williamson. Stay tuned, because Jeff Dantzler and David Green are standing by at the luxurious Hotel Indigo to take your calls and talk about today's game. Final score, once again, in overtime, Florida prevails 34-31, dashing Georgia's valiant comeback attempt. We hope you will come back next week. We'll be on the air at 8:30.
8:30, yeah.
8:30 next Saturday morning from the Hotel Indigo. Thanks for listening. Have a safe night, a happy Halloween. Go Dogs. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
Kick.
Those steps I take and calling out your name, I'm crying out again. It's never enough. Can I bring back better days? And now I see these walls closing in on me. Have been in here too long. Breaking back, all this pain won't let me
King, the lone setback. He's about 7 or 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers to the far side for the Dogs, going right to left. Stretch handoff to Caleb King. Big hole! 30, 35, 40. Caleb running behind blockers. 50, 40, 30. Go Caleb! 15, 10, 5. Yes, sir! Touchdown!